Saturday was a great opportunity for me and the team playing in a NBA arena in front of fans and just on national TV. I take moments like that to the heart, knowing that I can never get that opportunity again. So I had to take that game very seriously for me and my teammates and for my performance. Credit to my teammates for getting me open, for me knowing where I can get open in my easy spots, and then I just felt the hot hand from the beginning of the game. So why not just keep going at it?
Yeah, just what did it mean for y'all as a team to obviously go down 20 in the first half, be able to fight back, come back? Just what does it say about y'all as a team, and how valuable do you think that is going forward?
We have vet guys on this team, so pretty much we've been in moments like this or worse situations like this. So we just had to just calm down and play our game. Coming out in the first half, of course, yeah, we was down 20 points in the first half, but we had to take it media by media every 4 minutes. So we came out with the mindset that we're not going to give up, and it shows great leadership on our team and the players that's for the buy-in on our team that we will never let down.
Kind of piggybacking off that, when you've got a team that's got a lot of guys playing together for the first time, how important is a win like that just to build, trust and some, stuff like that amongst the team?
It's a great feeling knowing that we got players from different areas on our team, especially playing against a team like that, an ACC team. Credit to them, they have a good team as well. But it was a great environment for us, and we just had to come in as a whole to get the job done. So on the offensive and defensive end, we had to just work on our principles on the defensive end, so we can go on the offensive end and work and execute on the end as well.
How important do you feel like it is for you to be able to knock down the three-point shot? Because it seemed like you're unleashing it, and then all of a sudden at the end of the game, it leaves the middle of the paint wide open. You guys get a layup to win the game. So how important is that range to your game and to the team's game?
For me, I worked on my shot ever since my freshman year in college. From me, my freshman year, I only made 1 3 my freshman year to now. I worked tremendously hard throughout the summers. Credit to my coaching staff. They worked with me ever since my freshman year until now to get my shot right and helping me get my teammates open. Just because if I'm at the three and they know I can knock it down, then I have people come up to me and then they can just be wide open like it was on the last play.
Yeah, I mean, offense has been just kind of hard for you guys at times this year, and it's probably just because you're learning to play with one another on the court. But just Saturday, it looked a little bit more effortless. Can you just talk about the growth maybe you guys are seeing on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah, you can tell from the first game until now, we've grown tremendously well. Credit to our teammates. We have great character on the team, so everyone wants to learn. Everyone wants to go out there and play their hardest when their name get called. So credit to my teammates and the coaches as well, just harping how important it is for us to go out and execute on the offensive end, and then just stand the course, of course, because it's a long season. So just because we didn't execute very well throughout these past couple of games, we had to come out with the mindset that we had to go out and play our hardest.
Yeah, what does Derek Fountain bring to y'all as a team and in the starting lineup for the last game?
Derek Fountain, he brings a lot of energy, especially because in the beginning of the season, of course, he didn't start, but throughout these games, he's shown that he brings that great energy off the bench, and he started last game. He brings that drive that he always wants to be the guy to help his teammates out, no matter what situation it is. So he's worked tremendously well since he's gotten here since the summer. Him not putting up big numbers, but he plays a big role in his team.
How would you assess how comfortable you are in this program and in this environment 9 games into the season?
Me, like personally, I've been basically the same system since I've been in my freshman year following Coach Matt. So I know like everything like the back of my hand. So it's just me having to be that guy on the team to bring those along with me because I know basically almost everything that goes on around here. So I want the same for my teammates and my coach staff as well. Just trusting me and trust that I can get everything done and help the team out.
Kind of a similar question. How much do you like going to school here, Baton Rouge? What have you kind of enjoyed since you became an LSU Tiger?
Pretty much everything. Coming from Murray State, it was a small town, so basically everybody knew everybody. But it was a great time I had there. But then coming here to Baton Rouge, it's kind of bigger, So I came here with the mindset that no matter where I'm at, it's gonna be pretty fun. But Baton Rouge it brings a lot of joy to me because at Murray State I didn't have like a lot of family around, so I have a lot of family around to come support me in my games, and I can at least like see a couple of my family because I have like family and friends around in the area. So it's pretty fun around here. And then I have a daughter here too, so it's pretty fun.
Last year you were OVC Player of the Week 5 times. Now this is your first time being SEC Player of the Week. Does this feel a little bit special or different?
I can say yes and no because yes because it's the SEC apparently, and it's better competition. So players on each team, 14 teams in the SEC, and I'm the only one that won Player of the Week. So it shows like great aggressiveness that I have for my game. And then no, because I've been in situations like this, so I try to humble myself and don't let that get above my head, and then just keep stacking days as it comes.
So just real quick, Southern's got this guy, Breon Whitley, right? And I saw he was their leading scorer the other day. You played with him? What do you remember about him?
Yeah, I played with Breon my freshman through junior year, I think. Yeah, he's a great kid. He plays tremendously hard, and of course he can shoot the three very well. But he got in here and he expanded his game. Credit to him. He has great success since he's been here, and I wish him nothing but the best.
2023 Honda CR-V. A new rugged design, longer, wider, with a significantly broader stance. Spacious interior with more premium high-tech features. More second-row legroom comfort. Plus, larger rear cargo space with power tailgate. Hurry in and see the all-new, larger 2023 CR-V now in stock at Barker Honda, your local President's Elite Award-winning dealer.
Whether it's your home or your business, BioPure specializes in disinfection application, along with water, fire, mold damage cleanup. Call BioPure today to get your free consultation at 985-322-3003.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
I appreciate being nominated for this award because it shows me that my hard work is paying off. My course of study in college will be computer sciences. If I could see myself in 30 years, I'd probably be programming maybe, and maybe doing something that I love.
Surprise!
It's a new Buick.
You got me a new Buick?
Oh, and there are more gifts inside.
You got me the head-up display.
Wow! It's a massaging seat.
Okay, what next?
Alexa, turn on holiday lights.
This year, give the gift of technology in every Buick SUV.
It's the holidays. Get 3.99% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on these Buick SUV models. See your local Buick dealer.
I'm Chris St. Martin.
And I'm Chuck Bork.
Truth is, nobody wants to hire an attorney. If you're coming to us, it's probably one of the most difficult times in your life.
But it's also true that if you've been injured, you need someone to explain your rights.
Since 1967, St. Martin and Bourke has been helping the people of South Louisiana understand their rights. If you've been injured and want to know more about your rights, call us for a free consultation today.
BCG Services, local experts for concrete leveling and foundation repair, providing quality solutions for a variety of foundation issues. With years of experience applying Floor Shield products to both homes and businesses, you can trust our team to provide high-quality results. Call for a free consultation.
Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrible General Health System's Community Sports Institute, in conjunction with Barker Honda.
Marcus is scheduled to have surgery next week, so we'll put him on IR today. Desmond, excited to get going this week. The challenge, playing a divisional game down in New Orleans, we're excited about it. Been preparing, and excited to get out here and practice today. And we'll continue to go through the process, make sure we do everything we can to be ready to roll Sunday.
What have been the challenges with him and Logan, who he's played in 11 games, but you all would have to get him ready, I would gather, and maybe Frank's also. Yeah, it's part of the job, D-Led. Whatever you're dealing with, injuries, things come up during the season. You certainly see it around the league. You guys all saw Baker Mayfield go in there last week and go in there and win a game. It's what happens. It's our job. It's our job as coaches to get guys ready, guys that are healthy and active roster. And so we're excited about the challenge and look forward to going down to New Orleans.
Could you say what kind of surgery Marcus is having? Is it for meniscus or ACL or cleaning it up?
The details, again, I'm not the medical expert, but it's a procedure similar to that. I don't want to give you any false information. So I just know it's scheduled, and we'll put him on IR today.
Obviously, when you have a backup quarterback, he's only getting a certain amount of attention and work, not just on the field, but behind the scenes. So
sure.
What does it look like now, the difference with you and Desmond's interaction behind the scenes now as opposed to what we...
we've been, all of us, behind the scenes have done it a lot of different ways and different roles, and you kind of cater to where the players are at. And then with Matt last year, we had a different process, different than I had with Ryan in Tennessee. Matt was obviously a veteran. Some of the things that Dave and I did with him and Charles, that was a different process. Had a different process with Marcus going around. And Des, we've been doing a lot of different things because that's important to make sure you build a relationship, because they're always a play away, and you got to make sure that you guys have a common vision as a play caller and the quarterback. So Des has been great. Like, we were talking about on Monday, Jeff. I really in the last month seen a lot of accelerated growth. There's a lot of things we're going to ask the quarterback to do. We feel comfortable where he's at. We're excited to see what it looks like on Sunday. Like the guy with Logan, been with Logan before. Certainly that's a huge job, especially for a young quarterback. And Logan's a guy I have a lot of confidence in. And, we were fortunate to be able to get him in here. And guy knows me really well, can kind of fill in some of the blanks for him. And that's important. That role, especially with a young quarterback, is vitally important.
I know I'm sure you've been asked this before, but when you were scouting Desmond, watching film, all that stuff, what really jumped out at you about him?
There's a lot of things. There's things that you see on film as you go through it, the evaluation process. Certainly what he did last year, a game that stuck out to me was that Notre Dame game. When he was at Cincinnati, know a lot about Desmond from people I trust in this profession. Loved his mentality. You could see it on film, and then certainly when you got to know the person as you go through the long process of it, not just the speed dating, 15-minute interview they have at some of these league things, as you really try to dig in and get to know the person, the mindset, how he saw the game, his mentality, his story. And then we were fortunate enough to get him, and we'll see what it looks like, Sunday, and more importantly, as the rest of the season goes along.
Just going back to Marcus for a second. On Monday you said it was a chronic knee thing. Is that something that y'all knew about?
Mike, look, you play this game at Gotcha, pretty common in the league. A lot of guys have things, and things come up. It's a rough sport, Mike. So things come up. Those are things that happen in pro football. A guy has an issue, go see a doctor. That's what happens. So, telling you what I have. Going to see the doctor, he's got a procedure scheduled, going on IR, and it's the way it goes. We've had a lot of guys, right? CP went on IR. Elijah Wilkinson goes on IR. You've got those, spots now to return. pretty common around the league. And our focus now is the guys that are healthy are going to be active. We got to get ready to go play a division game. So
I get that. I'm just asking
sure.
if when you signed him, you knew, since it's a chronic thing, if it was something that you.
I think any football player, Michael, and maybe even you, if you put you in an MRI machine, you live life. You know what I mean? Like you could, yeah. No, I know probably everybody in here. So physicals are part of it. He's a football player. And you get physicals on a lot of guys, or everybody you sign. You know, it's just the way it goes.
Could he have been beneficial on the sideline as a mentor?
You know, Jeff, I understand the question. It doesn't matter. It was a hypothetical. The circumstances are, it'll be Logan out there, and I got a lot of faith in Logan. And if he has to go in there and play, he'll be able to operate. So, happy Logan's here.
So it's not like Felipe would have a bigger role or move in there at all, like Felipe's still the tight end?
There are a lot of things that Felipe does a lot of stuff for us. Some of it, if we have to, you know, there's other guys we have as emergency quarterbacks. Felipe's a unique position player with the ability to go back there if we needed him to, and he's done it in the preseason and did it last year.
In the context of evaluating collegiate quarterbacks, do you pay much attention to what system they're in, whether and do you believe that makes them maybe more ready to get ready for the pro game, or does that matter?
That's another good subjective debate, Josh. You know, a lot of guys, I think the most unfair thing when you get on tape, and there's been way more accomplished coaches have said this than me, older coaches have spoken the truth. You know, when you're watching tape, like you have a pretty good idea of what they're being asked, but unless you're sitting in the meeting room, like I could give you a play, I've run it, you know, 5 different systems and it looks similar and we taught it 5 different ways, a little nuance.
If you are suffering from chronic cough, bronchitis, reactive airway, or persistent asthma that's difficult to control, or diagnosed with COPD, please listen carefully. You may be suffering from allergy sinus bronchial asthma syndrome. For as we now know that undetected or uncontrolled infection in the upper airway can affect the lower respiratory tract. If this is happening to you, please call us for an evaluation.
Hey, Jess, it's the end of the year. You know what that means.
Is it time for Mardi Gras?
No, it's time for the Red Tag year-end event. It's your chance to save on every car and truck on the lot, plus get additional rebates on most new cars.
And remember, no credit, bad credit, we can help. We say yes when others say no.
And we want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. AJ Doman Chevrolet at the foot of the Morgan City Bridge in Berwick.
Structural heart disease refers to a defect in the heart's valves, walls, or chambers that keeps the heart from pumping blood properly. Valve or structural heart problems may be present at birth or develop over time. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, plaque buildup, history of heart attack, take certain medications, or have certain heart infections. The Structural Heart Program at CIS and Terrebonne General provides innovative solutions and devices with the latest technology to bring the best possible outcomes for patients. Learn more at cardio.com.
Domestic violence is daunting, and the psychological effects can do enduring damage. Obviously, all abuse needs to end. But how? The Terrebonne Parish District Attorney's Office is dedicated to ending domestic violence and helping those who have already experienced it. Our office supports many programs that educate and adjudicate abuse towards women. If you are a victim of abuse, call the Terrebonne Parish District Attorney's Office at 873-6500.
U-Drop Shipping and Crating Pros is a highly versatile company that will ship any size, any weight, anywhere. U-Drop Shipping and Crating Pros is a full-service logistics provider focused on expert packing, crating, and transportation solutions. The local oil and gas industry utilizes our professional crating and shipping services that support their offshore and international needs. U-Drop Shipping and Crating Pros is authorized and recognized to construct shipping crates built for exports. U-Drop Shipping and Crating Pros, now at our new location at Capitol Boulevard.
Hi, I'm Councilwoman Jessica Domang, and today we're going to talk about school zone safety.
Drivers are required to yield to pedestrians in a crosswalk. Always stop when someone is in the road and wait for them to cross completely before proceeding. Follow the speed limit and always stop when school buses are picking up and dropping off students.
Keeping students safe is a community responsibility, so let's all do our part.
On this episode of One-on-One, a very colorful administrator here in the diocese, but I want you to hear his story. It is unbelievable, the journey that led him to be the diocesan administrator. You won't want to miss this program. Father P.J. Madden. It's all next.
One-on-One is brought to you by the Law Office of Waits and Downer.
Insurance companies often deny, delay, don't pay enough. Hurricane Ida has decimated Terrebonne and Lafourche parishes. By now, you've heard that thousands of people have been taken advantage of by their insurance companies. Don't give up. At Waits and Downer Law Firm, we want to make sure that you have all the facts when dealing with your insurance company. We have the legal experience and ability to make them pay. Get the help you need. At Waits and Downer, it's our goal to not only get you a full damage recovery, but to get the insurance company to reimburse your legal fees. So once again, don't give up. That's exactly what the insurance companies want you to do. Call today for a free consultation. We are local and we are here to stay. Let our years of experience work for you. Pick up the phone. 985-876-0870 for a free consultation.
Terrebonne Parish School District is now hiring bus drivers. A valid CDL is required. If you don't have a CDL, we will train you. You must be able to pass a medical health exam and a drug test. Salary range is $19,253 to $29,859. Benefits include free health insurance and retirement. Contact the TPSB Transportation Office at 985-876-7400.
At Big Wheels Travel Center, the fun and excitement are just around the corner in Bayou Blue. Big Wheels is open 24 hours a day and features 24-hour security, clean restrooms, and a wide selection of beer, soft drinks, and chips for all your needs. While you're there, visit the casino for daily cash prizes and drink specials 7 days a week. You'll get the feeling as if you're in a lush Vegas-style casino. Big Wheels also has one of the largest subways in the area. So stop by Big Wheels Travel Center, where everyone's a winner.
There are many strengths in our cancer center. I think one of the biggest is patients don't have to go elsewhere to get technology for their diagnosis and treatment of their cancer. Our treatment machine, the linear accelerator, allows us to pinpoint and treat cancers with more accuracy than ever was possible before. Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center provides leading-edge technology with the highest quality care and the best treatment options unique to each patient.
Father PJ, it's so nice to have you with us this morning. And I love the way you always start off with a smile. Where'd you get that from?
My mother. Simple.
Yeah.
And it's easier. Somebody told me when I was a young fella, it only takes 15 muscles to smile, 62 to frown. So why waste your energy frowning when you can just save energy and smile?
That's very true. But how do you keep smiling with all of the duties that you have now as a diocesan administrator, which really is the bishop? How do you keep smiling?
I'm not so sure myself. Let's put it like this. And thank you, first of all, for the opportunity to speak with you again this morning, Martin, and speak about the privilege I have to be the acting bishop of this diocese. Mm-hmm. It's an incredible privilege to be in the situation I'm in. But I was elected to the position by 7 good priests who are called the College of Consultors. These men have been my support from day one. In addition to that, in the position I hold, by the grace of God and the privilege of the choice of my brother priests, I also have the direct support of the Archdiocese of New Orleans. The Archbishop of New Orleans, Greg Amond, calls me regularly to ensure that if there's any issue that's bigger than me, that he can assist me dealing with it. So I feel that level of security and support. And most importantly, I feel the trust of my brother priests in the position they elected me to undertake. But also more powerfully still, and I've got this firsthand from so many opportunities in the last 7 months, so many people are praying for what I'm trying to accomplish, and at the same time praying with me that we get a bishop fairly soon. And then you'll really see me smile when I get that phone call from Washington, from the papal nuncio to say, here is the name of your new bishop.
Yeah, but they're getting so used to you. They might, they might rush up to try to see if they could keep you to stay here.
Not a hope, because I'm 76 years of age and the bishop has to be under 75.
We could change the
I'm
rules.
happily over age.
Let me ask you, it's no guesswork for the audience where you're from because of your voice. Take me to the earliest years you could remember and paint a picture for me if you can.
It's very easy to paint a picture of where I'm from. I'm from the west of Ireland, county called Galway, one of the most beautiful counties in the whole country, by the way. If anybody wants to visit Ireland, be sure to go to Connemara on the west coast of Ireland in my county of Galway, which is the most wildly beautiful place on earth. I say that with conviction and authority. And outside of that is the Atlantic Ocean, and the next stop, 3,000 miles away, is New York. So that's where I'm from. The next stop for me when I was born and raised was New York, if I could swim. And I eventually made it to New York and New Orleans, and here I am. I'm one of 10 children, 10 children by the grace of God. I'm the second oldest of 10 children. My mother prayed when she got married to my father that she would have an even number of children. To tell how she got to 10 is a big story, which I won't dwell on. But I will say this, that when I was a teenager, I said to her one day, Mammy, why didn't you know that 2 was an even number since I was second? And her answer was, don't fly in God's face, son. Let God decide. So
was 4, so was 6, so was 8.
And an even number, 5 boys and 5 girls.
Wow. What was that like?
Outrageously difficult in our house, because we were from a very small family home in which my father was only a part-time employee of the Postal Service. And I say part-time because, hilariously, in 1921, Ireland received its independence from Great Britain. But my father was born before 1921 and was forbidden, like the Cajun people were here in the 30s, forbidden from learning his native language or speaking it in school or otherwise. So my father had no Irish. In order to get a job in our civil service, from once the state was founded, which includes the Postal Service, you had to be able to speak your native language. My father couldn't, and therefore he could only be a temporary postman, which meant he replaced other postmen when required and didn't work when there was no requirement.
So he was forbidden, but couldn't get the job because he was forbidden.
Yes. It was a complication.
It doesn't seem fair.
It wasn't a bit fair, but that's how life was in those days. There were many things that were unfair at the time, but we were beginning to be a new nation. I was born into this small town on the west of Ireland, and I was born into a very poor, impoverished, physically impoverished family. But materially was one aspect of it. Let me put it like this, Martin. Never feel that children are experiencing what we adults experience. We've talked about this, my brothers and sisters, many times since we grew up. We never knew we were poor because our mother joined us together every evening around the kitchen table on our knees to pray the rosary, which was the most important element of our day. And the rhythm of the rosary and the affection of a wonderful mother, we had a wonderful mother, God rest her, Gertie was her name, gave us an understanding of life that has held up ever since for me.
For all of your cases, including those with catastrophic significance, call Waits and Downer Law Firm.
Don't give up. At Waits and Downer Law Firm, we want to make sure that you have all the facts when dealing with your insurance company. We have the legal experience and ability to make them pay. Get the help you need. At Waits and Downer, it's our goal to not only get you a full damage recovery, but to get the insurance company to reimburse your legal fees. Call today for a free consultation. We are local and we are here to stay. Let our years of experience work for you.
I feel so overwhelmed. Being a mom, wife, employee, and now a teacher is exhausting. How do I keep my family safe from everything going on in the world?
Do any of these thoughts sound familiar to you? If so, you are not alone. The South Central Louisiana Human Services Authority offers support, counseling, and treatment geared at helping you where you are right now in the midst of this pandemic and your own personal crisis. The South Central Louisiana Human Services Authority, helping people, changing lives.
Surprise!
It's a new Buick.
You got me a new Buick?
Oh, and there are more gifts inside.
You got me the head-up display.
Wow! It's a massaging seat.
Okay, what next?
Alexa, turn on holiday lights.
This year, give the gift of technology in every Buick SUV.
It's the holidays. Get 3.99% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on these Buick SUV models. See your local Buick dealer.
Hi, I'm Councilwoman Jessica Domingue, and today we're going to talk about school zone safety.
Drivers are required to yield to pedestrians in a crosswalk. Always stop when someone is in the road and wait for them to cross completely before proceeding. Follow the speed limit and always stop when school buses are picking up and dropping off students.
Keeping students safe is a community responsibility, so let's all do our part.
Structural heart disease refers to a defect in the heart's valves, walls, or chambers that keeps the heart from pumping blood properly. Valve or structural heart problems may be present at birth or develop over time. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, plaque buildup, history of heart attack, take certain medications, or have certain heart infections. The Structural Heart Program at CIS and Terrebonne General provides innovative solutions and devices with the latest technology to bring the best possible outcomes for patients. Learn more at cardio.com.
When y'all prayed the rosary, y'all had 10 kids, 6 decades. Did y'all alternate the decades? Because we had 6 children in my family, and I think that's why they had 6. So everybody had a shot at it.
We had rhythms and we had arguments, and sometimes we had battles over who would jump in and give the wrong decade and that. But my mother held my father's shaving strap across her chair. The strap we used to sharpen, cutthroat razor in those days, was always across my mother's chair. And if we got into any argument about something, you got to swish the strap across your butt and you silenced yourself. And she decided who gave the decade. That was it.
So your mom was the disciplinarian?
The mom was everything.
Yeah.
Mom was everything.
Describe her to me.
She was a beautiful woman. She was small like me, maybe about 2 inches taller than me, 5'6". She was a home mother all the time. She was a very intelligent woman, though not very highly educated. But she had a powerful intuition of heart, was so generous by nature. The home I lived in and was born and raised in is still there. My sister now lives in it. And it's right opposite the main general hospital in our town, which was a big event when we were children, to have a general hospital across the road. That hospital in those days wouldn't have hospitality effects for visitors to patients, for example. And frequently people would come across from that hospital to our house to ask my mother, could they sit in our kitchen while they were waiting for someone to have x-rays in the hospital or treatments in the hospital? And so my mother became known as Gertie Madden's halfway house, because it was always open to people waiting for hospital care. And that gave us an understanding that there's a bigger world out there. There's also an opportunity out there to be kind to people, to be understanding, and to welcome the stranger. And I don't say that as a cliche. We actually grew up like that. We never knew who would turn up at our home. If we ran home from school during lunch hour, which we did, you didn't know who you'd find in my mother's kitchen. When I say my mother's kitchen, there was only one room in the bottom of our house. The kitchen was everything. So that's where you'd find someone sitting in.
Just listening to her letting other people in the home, she was really like a saint on earth.
She was a Trojan. She was a warrior. She was a hero. She was a great mother.
Wow. Sounds like you came from a very religious family.
Yes.
Were all the children, obviously you are, but were all very religious?
At the time, we all were.
Okay.
And my brothers and sisters, by and large now, still practice the faith. Sadly, like many, many families, their children don't, because they've kind of just lapsed into a new understanding of what their understanding of religion and faith practice is. They have the root and the seed of the faith, but they don't practice regular mass, for example, on a Sunday, like I wish they would. But our generation was different. Our times are different now, and we accept where we're at and keep on praying that Christ is operating in everyone's life at the time.
Yeah. And I know you have a different avenue of how you became a priest, but early on, did you feel God tugging on you for different reasons?
Oh, yeah. I remember vividly, next door to my home was what we call a stone cutter in Ireland, a man who makes headstones for cemeteries. Mm-hmm. And he had a business there, so he was always chopping off lumps of stone. I remember at 11 years old specifically, the year I made my confirmation, I took one of his stones in our garden, flattened it out, got grass from my father's garden, and marked the cross in the middle of the stone, and made it my altar, and began to celebrate Mass. Just at the time, Father Dunn had come to the house and asked me to become an altar server in the church. So from then on, I was concentrating on becoming a priest. At 15 years of age, I was in high school in Ireland, and I would serve the day boy sodality Mass on a Saturday afternoon with my cousin Ronnie, who's now a priest in Georgia. And I saw this advertisement in the book in the sacristy one Saturday morning. Priest needed in Africa, Society of African Missions. I tore out the page. I wrote to those people and forgot to tell my mother. I wrote to those people and said, I would like to be a priest in Africa, PJ Madden. And forgot all about it. Until one day, that summer, a massive giant-sized priest knocked at our front door. At the same time as my mother is in the hospital, about to give birth to her 9th child. And he storms the door with his full body and says, is this Madden's? And I said, yes, I answered the door. Yes, Father. Is your mother home? I said, no, Father, she's in the hospital about to have a baby, which is, remember, across the road. He said, well, then I'm looking for PJ Madden. I said, I'm PJ Madden. And he pulls the letter out of his pocket and said, and I'm Father, whatever his name was, I forget now. You want to be a priest? And I said, oh, and I began to stammer. He said, can I come in? So he came and he sat down and he said, this is your letter. You want to become a priest in Africa? Yes, Father. Okay, we need to talk to your mother. Can we go to the hospital? Went over, my mother already had the baby in the bed there, and then she got to shock. And he said something beautiful, which is also important about how the church operates if you're open to the Spirit. He said to her, Mrs. Madden, your son wrote to me, he wants to be a priest. I'm 15 years of age now, remember. And he says, we have a junior seminary in a place called County Mayo. We'd like him to go there and test his vocation. And Mammy said, Father, PJ can't be a priest. We have no money to send him to a seminary. And he said, Mrs. Madden, did I mention money? And she said, no, Father. Well, then he said, why are you mentioning money? The church takes care of people who think they want to be priests. So now will you let him go? And she said, and this was her beautiful phrase, if it's God's will, Father, he can have him. If not, he'd always be welcome home.
For all of your cases, including those with catastrophic significance, call Waits and Downer Law Firm.
Don't give up. At Waits & Downer Law Firm, we want to make sure that you have all the facts when dealing with your insurance company. We have the legal experience and ability to make them pay. Get the help you need. At Waits & Downer, it's our goal to not only get you a full damage recovery, but to get the insurance company to reimburse your legal fees. Call today for a free consultation. We are local and we are here to stay. Let our years of experience work for you.
Here at South Louisiana Bank, we support our neighbors, the organizers, the helpers, the leaders, the dreamers. We support those that move our community forward. Louisiana has grown from the dedication, commitment, and loyalty of the people who call this beautiful place home. We are proud to offer our services to the communities in South Louisiana. South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together.
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
It's the holidays. Get 3.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on turbo high-output engine Sierra light-duty models. See your local GMC dealer.
Terrebonne General Health System, where medical science meets the art of caring, is committed to providing the latest advances in medical technology with a gentle, caring touch. This is evident in our high-tech, high-touch approach to healthcare. As a trusted healthcare resource, we deliver both life-saving, compassionate inpatient services and life-changing preventive care, while also providing wellness needs and outreach throughout the Bayou region. To learn about how Terrebonne General is providing innovative healthcare solutions, visit tghealthsystem.com.
Domestic violence is daunting, and the psychological effects can do enduring damage. Obviously, all abuse needs to end. But how? The Terrebonne Parish District Attorney's Office is dedicated to ending domestic violence and helping those who have already experienced it. Our office supports many programs that educate and adjudicate abuse towards women. If you are a victim of abuse, call the Terrebonne Parish District Attorney's Office at 873-6500.
So that was at 15 years?
15, I joined a seminary. I was in for 3 years, 2 years of formation, then a beautiful year of the novitiate. And at the end of the year of the novitiate, I became extremely ill. And a surgery was decided for my stomach for a major issue, which we won't go into, which is now already, thanks be to God. And I was asked to go home and recuperate. And when I went home to recuperate, the president of the college, Father Byrne, God rest his beautiful soul, came to me and said, look, you need a long period to recuperate. Stay out for a year and then come back. I guarantee you, you're not being stopped. You're coming back, but we need you to just get your health fully recovered, because if you don't restore your full health, we can't send you to Africa when you're ordained. So very logical. In the meantime, I got a temporary job as a clerical officer in the local psychiatric hospital in my town, which was a different hospital from the one across from my home. That hospital in those days was an example of the negative form of psychiatric care that existed generally in the world at the time. It was a hospital within my hometown of 1,100 patients, all interred, literally locked up.
1,100?
1,100 men and women from about 4 counties of Ireland. And there were several of these in the country at the time, by the way. I became a clerical worker there during this interim period. I ended up in a room with 9 workers in a general office, 4 men, 5 women, 1 man in charge. And we had great fun. This was in the 60s. We had great fun in that office, except for 1 woman who sat apart and was a snob. And I just intensely couldn't handle her at all. I wondered, why was she so different? Why was she so odd? Then my sister Anne, the oldest of my family, said to me one day, you know, you need to start living just like everybody else while you're out of the seminary. You need to come to a dance. I said, I'm never going dancing. I hate it. And she said, you have to come to a dance. And my mother agreed with her. So I went to a dance. And to cut a long story short still, you were required in those days, if you worked with women, if you went to a local dance, you had a duty to go and ask each of the women you worked with, will you dance with me? And they loved embarrassing you by saying, no, I won't. So you walked across the hall to ask a girl, will you dance? And if they worked with you, they say, no, I won't. Then you walk back blushing, shamefully, that you were rejected. And I used to blush a lot then, and I still do sometimes. But it began there, I think. This one woman, whose name was Mary Mitchell, was odd, quiet, withdrawn, reclusive, not inclined to participate in any of the jokes around the office about why didn't you dance with me last night, and all the banter that would go on after a night dancing. And then one day, I'm coming back from my lunch, and she's coming back from her lunch the other side of the hospital gate, and we turned into an avenue to walk up together. And as we do, I'm saying to myself, oh my God, this one is going to meet me at the gate. What am I going to talk to her about going up the avenue? This woman has nothing in common with me, and I just don't even like her. So I'm walking up the avenue, and she says, PJ, did you see the promotions that have just been advertised this morning? Are you going to go for a promotional position? And I said, Mary, I'm not interested in promotional positions. I'm going to be a priest. I'm just here while I'm recovering from surgery and sickness. I'm going to be a priest in Africa. And she stopped. And she said to me, I go to Mass every day. And starting tomorrow, I'll pray that you'll be a good priest. I was absolutely shocked beyond my standing that I had so misjudged this woman to be a snob, a recluse, all the other things. The woman was deeply, deeply spiritual. I go to Mass every day, and starting tomorrow, I'll offer my Mass that you'll be a good priest. 3.5 years later, I walked her down the aisle and she became my wife.
That is incredible.
Mary Mitchell Madden. And for 29.5 years, we lived a wonderful life, blessed by all the blessings we could receive from Almighty God, except a child. She was the oldest of 9. I was the second oldest of 10. And God chose for his own reasons that every other blessing in our marriage, we remained very active in our faith, in our church, in our communities. I was president of my local credit union, for example, for 14 years. We remained active in our communities all the time, but we weren't blessed with a child. When we were 4 years married, we discussed what we might do with our lives. She had a sister who was here in this diocese at the time, which was part of the Archdiocese of New Orleans under Archbishop Hannon. And her sister was Sister Miriam Mitchell, who eventually became Chancellor of this diocese under Bishops Jarrell and Jacobs. And she was working in Kramer, of all places, a little place I would never have heard of, Kramer, doing social ministry for the Archdiocese. And I wrote her a Christmas card note, and I said, you know, since we have no children and we don't know what we're going to do with our lives, Could we go out and help out there with what you were doing? Thinking it would be a joke, she brought my letter into Archbishop Hannon, the result of which was the following August, on August 15th, the anniversary of our engagement to be married, and this is the engagement ring, which I always wear Mary's ring to remind myself she's always the priest in me. Yeah. We arrive in New Orleans, and we're assigned to take over. I'm assigned to St. Mary's Community Centre in the French Quarter. I laugh at it myself because I had never heard of the French Quarter, and at the time it was fully living up to its reputation of everything sinful and wonderful at the same time. And I end up responsible for
that.
Community
Might have been a
Centre
bigger
there.
challenge than Mary in the earlier days.
That was a much bigger challenge than Mary, I can assure you. So that's how my life formed as a young man until I was about 26 years of age. We ended up in New Orleans.
That's
for
an
5
incredible
years.
story. Have many people heard that story?
I'm not so sure. Probably around Ireland, they did, yeah. My extended family would know it well, yeah.
For all of your cases, including those with catastrophic significance, call Waits and Downer Law Firm. This one-on-one program has been brought to you by the law.
I'm Chris St. Martin. Many of us know what it means to have roots here on the bayou. I'm no different. My family has been here for generations. Likewise, the firm of St. Martin and Bourke has been helping the injured in this region for almost 50 years. We're honored to serve the people of South Louisiana and the Bayou region. Remember, if you've been hurt in an accident and you want to know your rights, call St. Martin and Bourke today to schedule your free consultation.
Will I ever see my family again? Do they even remember I'm here? I feel so alone. Do any of these thoughts sound familiar to you? If so, you are not alone. The South Central Louisiana Human Services Authority offers support, counseling, and treatment geared at helping you where you are right now in the midst of this pandemic and your own personal crisis. The South Central Louisiana Human Services Authority, helping people, changing lives.
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
It's the holidays. Get 3.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on turbo high-output engine Sierra light-duty models. See your local GMC dealer.
Here at South Louisiana Bank, we support our neighbors, the organizers, the helpers, the leaders, the dreamers. We support those that move our community forward. Louisiana has grown from the dedication, commitment, and loyalty of the people who call this beautiful place home. We are proud to offer our services to the communities in South Louisiana. South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together.
At Big Wheels Travel Center, the fun and excitement are just around the corner in Bayou Blue. Big Wheels is open 24 hours a day and features 24-hour security, clean restrooms, and a wide selection of beer, soft drinks, and chips for all your needs. While you're there, visit the casino for daily cash prizes and drink specials 7 days a week. You'll get the feeling as if you're in a lush Vegas-style casino. Big Wheels also has one of the largest subways in the area. So stop by Big Wheels Travel Center, where everyone's a winner.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Alford, your host for To Your Health with Terrebonne General Health System. Our weekly show provides the latest in healthcare specialties only offered by Terrebonne General. Join us each Wednesday at 7 p.m. to stay up to date with the latest innovations in health. Terrebonne General provides healthcare breakthroughs in cardiology, cancer care, women's health, health and wellness, and much more. You don't want to miss our next To Your Health. See you then.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. And I don't know if there's any of us that don't remember the first time we went to the library. And I can tell you here in Terrebonne Parish, that's an exciting thing, not only with its history, but all the new programs that they are so very good at doing. And who is our historian? Well, it's Mary LaBeouf, the director of Terrebonne Parish Libraries. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Keith.
We appreciate you being here. Joining her, Ms. Megan Hutchinson, who is the supervisor of youth services for the Terrebonne Parish Library. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. And so, again, Ms. Mary, we think about you whenever we think about libraries. But there's some exciting things going on, not only in Terrebonne Parish Library, or the main library, but everywhere. But y'all have some neat programs coming up, right?
Yeah. You know what, Keith? Thank goodness we're finally getting back to normal. People want to get out. They want to meet with people. They want to come back to the library. It's funny to say we don't like the library being quiet.
Okay, right.
So we have, programming has greatly increased. We've seen a demand. We've seen an increase in attendance. And this week we have, this weekend, we have two programs that we're very, very proud of. Okay. Starting today, the Friends of the Terrebonne Parish Library, they have 4 book sales a month, and in December they have the Choice book sale.
Oh my.
You pay $10 for a brown paper bag, and you fill the brown paper bag to the top. Now, why is it called Choice? Is because these books were either never read or read only once. So we hold it in December because they make absolutely wonderful gifts.
And you get the choice of those.
You get the choice. And it starts today, but it goes through the weekend, open during library hours.
Okay.
And they're constantly restocking. Right. So I don't want people to say, well, well, why go on Saturday or whatever.
Thursday, May 15th. Thursday, December 15th.
December 15th through Sunday, what is that, the 18th?
18th, yeah.
And Sunday's only 2 to 6.
2 to 6.
Now,
so
I will be honest with you, probably on Sunday, slim pickings.
Slim pickings. Slim pickings to books that have either never been read or only read once.
Exactly.
To those.
And they had, I walked through it last night,
and
they have these top authors. He's very popular,
that either just didn't get checked out.
Right. Well, no, most of these are donations. These are what people gave. We go through it first.
Right.
If we have multiple copies, we put it in the book sale.
Very good.
Yeah.
Now, Megan, we got some interesting things for the kids, right? Let's talk about those that are coming up.
All right. So we have our New Year's Eve party.
It's hard to say that fast,
yes,
right?
It is.
New Year's Eve party.
New Year's Eve party.
Okay.
That's going to be on December 29th. It's going to start at 11 with the balloon drop at 12. So we're going to celebrate noon with the ball drop, and we'll have crafts and games and dancing and music and just a whole bunch of fun.
That's exciting.
Yes.
What a nice idea. It's a way to celebrate kids and have them kind of understand and appreciate kind of the history of what New Year's Eve is like, but it's New Year's Eve, doing it at 12 noon. People can show up at 11, lots of crafts and fun things. I got to meet in the craft room the other day.
That's the best.
So I was excited just to be in the craft room.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to be able to see. So that's neat. And so that's on the 29th at 11 o'clock, and it will be the New Year's Eve drop.
Yes.
It's worth it if you have toddlers to preschoolers to first, second, third grade.
Yeah, anyone.
It's fun. It's really, this is probably our 8th or 9th year.
Yeah.
It's
cool.
Fun. It is really fun.
Well, I like it. I'm going to have some people in from out of town that day, and so we're going to bring them by.
Okay.
Yeah, for that. Very cool. And we have one other thing going on, right?
Well, actually, we have the Polar Express movie showing too. That we're going to have hot chocolate and cookies and popcorn. That's going to be December 22nd as well.
December 22nd.
We know the kids are home for
Right.
Christmas, and sometimes moms, caregivers, babysitters are looking for stuff to do. So we try to do a little bit of more programming during Christmas, during that holiday season or whatever.
So December 22nd, what time will we be watching?
Our branch is going to be doing it at 1 o'clock on the December 22nd.
1 o'clock in the afternoon. Again, that's a great opportunity, a great time for families to kind of consider, hey, one can stay with the child over at Polar Express. The other one maybe can go get some last minute shopping in.
Correct.
And get those kinds of things done. And so that's on December the 22nd.
Right.
And so very exciting. And so, Megan, tell us a little bit about how exciting it is to work with the kids and kind of develop these programs for them.
It's been amazing. I kind of been waiting for to get a real job, because this is not a real job to me. It's been so much fun. And just to see the kids from when they were little, then to see them grow up. And now I know Miss Gretchen's seen parents come that she used to do story time with. So it's just been a real fun experience.
Wow. That's really neat to be able to see. And it's one of those things where I don't know that people realize the impact of what's happening for these kids and what they can experience. And they have this love of knowledge from an early age.
Right.
And that stays with them. I talked to an 83-year-old who fell in love with books at his hometown library when he was very young. He reads ebooks constantly now because of what he learned from the library.
Well, we have a phrase in libraries, catch them in the cradle. And that's when we built the main library. And when you go to the other libraries, you'll see a lot of the magic is in the children's department because we want them to have that experience. It's not a chore like, say, in school where you're taught to read. We want you to discover the pleasure of reading. So that's why you'll see our children's departments and our programs for children, we think, are magical.
Yeah, well, look, kids are. And listen, at this time of year, it's always nice to have somebody focused on the kids, focused on specialty programming for them. And, and y'all do it all year long,
right?
But we really ramp it up, right? And so that magic people can experience. And so 2 events, the 22nd, Polar Express, the 29th for Noon Year's Eve drop. So very exciting when they get to do that. And so ladies, stick around if you don't mind. I kind of want to talk a little bit more about not only the history, but kind of where things are going with our libraries and our library system. So guys, you do that with us as well. Don't go anywhere. A whole lot more about what's happening with our parish libraries when we come back.
Save during the Season of Giving Back sales event at Parker Kia. Get 2.9% APR plus 500 trade assist cash when you drive home a new Kia Sorento during the Season of Giving Back sales event at Parker Kia in Houma or shop online at parkerkia.com.
Terrebonne General Health System, where medical science meets the art of caring, is committed to providing the latest advances in medical technology with a gentle, caring touch. This is evident in our high-tech, high-touch approach to healthcare. As a trusted healthcare resource, we deliver both life-saving, compassionate inpatient services and life-changing preventive care, while also providing wellness needs and outreach throughout the Bayou region. To learn about how Terrebonne General is providing innovative healthcare solutions, visit tghealthsystem.com.
Structural heart disease refers to a defect in the heart's valves, walls, or chambers that keeps the heart from pumping blood properly. Valve or structural heart problems may be present at birth or develop over time. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, plaque buildup, history of heart attack, take certain medications, or have certain heart infections. The Structural Heart Program at CIS and Terrebonne General provides innovative solutions and devices with the latest technology to bring the best possible outcomes for patients. Learn more at cardio.com.
In South Louisiana, storms are a way of life. Every storm poses a different threat, whether from flooding or hurricane-force winds. At All South Consulting Engineers, we help protect our people from these disasters. Before a storm, we work with our leaders to prevent catastrophic damage. After the storm, we help get the resources needed for rebuilding. We have helped our cities, parishes, and school boards recover over $2 billion to rebuild our community. We'll be here for the next one.
Our Louisiana museums are as interesting as the people that make up our great state. In every corner, there's so much to discover and a community ready to welcome you. Hi, I'm Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser, inviting you to get out and know your state better by visiting one of our amazing museums. Discover over 200 museums, thousands of stories at louisianamuseums.com.
Here in South Louisiana, we know how important it is to protect our families.
When one of our neighbors is injured because of someone else's neglect, our team is compelled to use our experience, skills, and knowledge to seek justice and hold wrongdoers accountable. If you've been injured and want to know your rights, call St. Martin and Bourke today.
Come save during the Season of Giving Back sales event at Parker Kia. Get 2.9% APR plus 500 trade assist cash when you drive home a new Kia Sorento during the Season of Giving Back sales event at Parker Kia in Houma or shop online at parkerkia.com.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker. Very excited to be joined by two of the people that help run our libraries, Ms. Mary LaBeouf, whom everybody knows as the director of Terrebonne Parish Library. Welcome back. Thank you. We appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having us.
Yes, ma'am. Joining her, Ms. Megan Hutchinson, supervisor of youth services for Terrebonne Parish Library, whom you say it's not like a job.
No, it's just fun.
I know that's right, and that's exciting. And so it's always fun to have all these different events, but we have lots of things going on at the library all the time. Right,
Lots and lots of stuff. You know, we deal with from birth to geriatrics.
Right.
So we have programs. I mean, we almost have 4,000 programs a year.
Oh, wait, time out. 4,000
Yes.
programs a year.
Main library alone has 5 or 6 story times.
Yes, 5 days a week we have
We have-
Story time 5 days a week.
Yeah, we have 7.
And y'all have some people that come 5 days a week, right?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
We have our regulars, yes.
That's
We don't know the
fantastic.
adults' names, but we know the
The
kids'
kids' names. That's exactly right.
But Keith, every branch, whether it's a Dual-Large or Gibson or Montague, they're required to have programs. But I shouldn't use the word require because
They're
everybody-
excited
well,
to have
yeah, that's what I was
programs,
going
right?
to say. People like, whether they're sewing, whether they're painting, whether they bring in a speaker in to talk about something, there's something going on almost every hour in our library system.
Well, and for us, for people like NASW and some of our support groups, I mean, we have to have the library. We rely so heavily on the library systems for education.
Right.
And so we use it for the educational opportunities for all of our social workers, for all of our people dealing with dementia, for our cancer patients, all of those things. And so that's just really, really cool.
Right.
Y'all do craft shows as well.
Right. Every two, we have a creative lab at the main
That's right,
library.
right.
Okay, we're getting ready to, in 2023, we hope to have some type of creative lab at one of the other branches.
Right.
People can come in and sew, quilt. They can, we have an embossing machine where you can etch on glass or wood or different type of stuff. You can come and make jewelry. You can come and alter something. Well, stemming from this, we had people that said, I'm a small business owner and I paint or I make something wooden or whatever. So we decided to try every Tuesday at the main library, weather permitting, we call it a maker market. It is, you can't not come and sell a product that you did not make. So there's food, there's crafts, there's different things. And I really think we are blessed at the people that are so creative and talented in this community. So
we need some of them. I am not.
No, me
So
neither.
I go and marvel at what people can do.
Well, you know what I tell them? I said, you need me because I'm the buyer. You
That's
have
right.
to have somebody to buy
Right.
it. I'm not a crafter.
The
but
buyer.
You have to have the buyer, exactly. So we have that. Then at the main library, we also have the community garden, which we
Right.
work, and the
Right.
food goes to the food bank. So,
Right. Which is so exciting.
Libraries are no longer book depositories. Libraries adapt to the community, and we've seen over the last 10 years a shift, and the library is now your community center. So public libraries anyway.
Right.
We have the ebooks, we have the physical books, but I think COVID really did prove it. Us having to stay sheltered, people are just ready to get out and meet. And I think we realize you can't constantly have your head down in a phone. That we're meant to have interaction.
Right, and we're meant to have programs, and some of those are these children's programs that are really cool. Tell me about some of your favorites, by the way.
So our New Year's Eve party is coming up, going to be on December 29th, and that's when we celebrate, the kids get to celebrate New Year's at noon, and it starts at 11, and at 12 noon, the balloons drop, and we have a party, we sing and dance and make crafts, and it's just a real fun time for the whole entire family.
So cool. And so people can come out at 11 o'clock and be prepared for that New Year's Eve drop.
New Year's Eve.
I know, it's hard to say.
Yeah, it really is. I'm getting there. I think I'm going to be able to do that. Tell me some of the favorite programs that you've been introduced to and some of the ones you've come up with. I don't want you to have to pick a favorite. It's like picking a favorite child, I know. But just tell me some of the ones that you have had more fun with and enjoy.
I really enjoyed, it has to be May the 5th, or May the 4th be with you, when it was the Star Wars Day. That was my first, since I was hired, the big program that we had. And I really got to meet the kids, the community, and just dress up and have fun. So.
And look, I will tell you that Star Wars has kids of all ages, as you know.
Correct.
But the kids really get into those characters and being able to dress
Well,
up. And
guess what's coming back? Megan will tell you.
We have Comic-Con is coming back, and it's going to
Really?
be bigger. We have 2 days of Comic-Con this year.
2 days of Comic-Con. Wow.
And people really have called us about and said, could you bring Comic-Con back? Just because of the cosplay. Because like what you said, they like to get dressed.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the costume contest. We bring the Marvel people in to come and we do.
Really?
Yeah, we have big book
Oh, my.
discussions and panels and stuff like that.
That's impressive.
Yes.
Like, I'm not even a big Comic-Con or Marvel fan, but that seems really cool.
You have to come just to see the costume.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I don't dress up
if
either,
nothing
but-
else,
right,
if nothing
right.
else,
They're
come see the
very impressive.
costumes,
Right,
right?
yes. Right, exactly.
Wow, and one of my favorite things, Big Bang Theory has been one of those things
Oh,
that
sure.
most people really have enjoyed over the years. But just to be able to see some of their discussions about authenticity
Mhm.
of those and discussions about that, it's just been really interesting to see that as it develops, and
Yeah.
we kind of learn from them over the years, and that's just really cool. Well, I'm really excited about all of the things going on with the libraries. We do have some paradigm shifts. We have some planning that's being done that's going to be a little different here in the next few years,
Right.
some consolidation. So what I'd like to do is take a break, come back and talk about that and
Okay.
about knowing where we've come from and now where we're going, and just making sure people understand that that's very well thought out, and that
yes.
it's going to be a good plan for all of the constituents that go and use the libraries and do those kinds of things. So, Megan, I appreciate it. Mary, I appreciate it. We're going to take a break. And don't leave us as well. Got a whole lot more information about what you need to know about your local libraries, maybe in your area. Stay with us. We'll be right back on Bayou Time.
Welcome to the Cypress Stop, your new Phillips 66 on the corner of 311 and Savannah Road. We have all your breakfast, lunch, and dinner needs with smoked chicken, ribs, boudin, and daily plate lunches. We have a very large selection of liquors, wine, beer, tobacco, vapes, bait, and tackle. This year, we are carrying Christmas trees, flocked or fresh. These are the same trees that Dubois Nursery carried. Santa Claus is coming to town November 27th. Join us for pictures. Cypress Stop, home of the happy customer.
If your child is suffering from recurrent croupy cough, bronchitis, reactive airway, or persistent asthma that's difficult to control, please listen carefully. Your child may be suffering from adenoid sinus bronchial asthma syndrome, as we now know that undetected or uncontrolled infection in the upper airway can affect the lower respiratory tract. If this is happening to your child, please call us for an evaluation.
A new company with a lot of history. GIS Engineering has rapidly grown its brand around an experienced team of professionals. GIS Engineering is a full-service planning, engineering, procurement, and construction management company specializing in coastal protection and restoration, upstream and downstream industrial, and transportation infrastructure projects. Putting people first, GIS Engineering, a new company with a lot of history.
Hi, I'm Councilwoman Jessica Domang, and today we're going to talk about school zone safety.
Drivers are required to yield to pedestrians in a crosswalk. Always stop when someone is in the road and wait for them to cross completely before proceeding. Follow the speed limit and always stop when school buses are picking up and dropping off students.
Keeping students safe is a community responsibility, so let's all do our part.
Domestic violence is daunting, and the psychological effects can do enduring damage. Obviously, all abuse needs to end. But how? The Terrebonne Parish District Attorney's Office is dedicated to ending domestic violence and helping those who have already experienced it. Our office supports many programs that educate and adjudicate abuse towards women. If you are a victim of abuse, call the Terrebonne Parish District Attorney's Office at 873-6500.
Hey, Jess, it's the end of the year. You know what that means.
Is it time for Mardi Gras?
No, it's time for the Red Tag year-end event. It's your chance to save on every car and truck on the lot, plus get additional rebates on most new cars.
And remember, no credit, bad credit, we can help. We say yes when others say no.
And we want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. AJ Doman Chevrolet at the foot of the Morgan City Bridge in Berwick.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host Keith Whiteside, joined by Mary and Megan, talking about all of the wonderful things that happened over at the library. And you know, Mary, it's one of those things, we're talking about Comic-Con, and now I want to talk about the future.
Okay.
And so it's really interesting that it's been announced, and you were really good at the Terrebonne 200, and thank you for being a part of that celebration, because the library has been such a huge part of how entertainment has been impacted in our community. So thanks for sharing that, but also in the future of what's happening with some of the impacts to IDA and how that's related to our library system.
Well, you know, in 1998, a sales tax, we went from a property tax to a quarter-cent sales tax.
Right.
And we had a committee that met with the board, and we laid out a plan. A plan has been laid out for 20 years. First thing we promised was that we would build a main library in the municipality of Houma. But we promised the voters, because this is a large geographic parish, we promised the voters that we would look at the entire system and we would enhance and make them state-of-the-art.
Right.
Our last project, well, second to last, because I'll tell you about that too, we all along, the plan was, and the library board and the parish council approved it, is to consolidate Berg, Montague, Chauvin, and at one time we had the Pointe-a-Champ branch. Those buildings were built in 1965,
right,
and they're 1,500 square feet.
Yes.
We can get just two computers in those branches. So
because that lab area is so small.
Oh, yeah,
the lab area.
Yeah, it's just too small.
Right.
So we are going out for bid in January. This is our last big project, system-wide for the library. We are building an 8,000 square foot on a facility. We're going to consolidate those branches. We've seen a shift in population coming up from the Cocodrie, Pointe-a-Champ area.
Right.
You know, Berg and Upper Locaia are just, people are moving into those areas.
They are.
So we are building on Klondike Road and Bayou Side Drive. It's going to be a complex. They have a skate park there. They have, you know, I think they're going to try to build the gym there. So
right.
we're part of the complex. We're in the front of it. We are going out for bid in January, and we hope to break ground in March.
Oh,
and
my.
we should open in the summer of 2024. But governmental construction is never on time.
Sure.
I have learned that over the
we
years.
expect that. You know,
Right,
we expect that
right,
there'll be a
right.
little bit of delays with that. But that's exciting. One of the things that we realized about that property is that it's very centrally located to all three of the service areas
That's why
that
we
we
chose
talked
it.
about before, right?
Right. We purchased it a few years ago, correct.
Right. And so it's just really, really nice. It was very well thought out. And I don't want people to feel like, oh, we're losing something. We're losing our local branch. You're not.
No.
You're gaining an 8,000 square foot service center.
Well, you know, we talked in the other section, it's now a community center, the public libraries. There'll be a meeting room that can seat 140. But not just that, we're getting very light tables and chairs that we can set it up and take it down where you can have meetings, you can have crafts, you can have any kind of activity you want to have. We are going to have a larger collection. We'll have more computers. They will have evening hours to 8 p.m., which now we close at 5:30.
5:30, right.
And they have no Saturday hours, which now they will have Saturday hours.
See,
So-
again, they're gaining so
Exactly,
much
exactly.
in that area. And it's one of those things where that's going to be important, much like the library is here, as we're needing to be open, social studies and those kinds of things are available.
Right.
You know, kids are expected to do stuff again, you
Right.
know?
Well, it's getting back to normal. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yes, exactly. And we're starting to do social studies the month before their projects are due. We're starting to have on Saturdays, come in and we'll help you with your social. You're not going to do your social studies project, but the children's department, the youth department will teach you how to research, how to pick a topic, you know,
Right.
and different things like that. With the community and society getting more back to normal, we have to be there to help you. You
Right.
know, we are well-known public libraries for being there during a disaster. That's where they flock because of our computers and, you know, our connections, and people can meet there, like, you know, agencies, to nonprofit agencies to help. But now it's coming back, that with the school system going back to normal and people going out and about, that we'll be able to provide more services.
And quite frankly, y'all have embraced what these changes are needed. You did these topography and demographic studies to make sure where the library should be, what people are living there or not living there, and who we need to service. And quite frankly, Ida did some pretty bad damage to three of those
we lost the
buildings.
Berg branch to Ida.
That's exactly right. And so just knowing that we're having this new normal that's a much better normal.
Right.
And that's not always a good thing. I mean, sometimes people's new normal is very difficult because of loss, but this is so much more that we're gaining.
Right.
And
Now,
that's just really neat. 1 minute left, Mary.
Okay.
Tell us about libraries so we can finish.
Well, you know, the East Homer branch, I want to say this for the people that listen, we are converting the garage because I learned over the last 2 years there's something called esports.
Yep.
And esports, they get scholarships
That
at
is
the
correct.
universities.
That's correct.
So we were approached by people in the community that said, could we get an up with our kids and provide some type of virtual reality and more computers? So we are converting the computer lab at North, and we are hoping to build, we want to close in that garage at East, so we can provide more space and more computers and more electronic devices that our kids in Terrebonne Parish have as much of a chance as getting an esports scholarship or on an esports team as anybody else.
As anybody else. Very good.
Correct.
So, Megan, congratulations on enjoying your job, and may the force continue to be with you throughout your stay with us. We're fortunate to have you, and we appreciate it. Mary, thanks for being that historian, also be that person who's helping us move forward with the library systems.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate that. Thank you all for joining us today. It's been really nice to kind of take this walk down what the libraries used to do and all the wonderful things that are happening. We appreciate it. And that will do it for this particular segment of Bayou Time. Don't go anywhere. A lot more local programming here on HTV.
Whether it's your home or your business, Bayou Pure specializes in disinfection application along with water, fire, mold damage cleanup. Call Bayou Pure today to get your free consultation at 985-322-3003.
2023 Honda CR-V, a new rugged design, longer, wider, with a significantly broader stance. Spacious interior with more premium high-tech features, more second-row legroom comfort, plus larger rear cargo space with power tailgate. Hurry in and see the all-new, larger 2023 CR-V now in stock at Barker Honda, your local President's Elite Award-winning dealer.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Alford, your host for To Your Health with Terrebonne General Health System. Our weekly show provides the latest in healthcare specialties only offered by Terrebonne General. Join us each Wednesday at 7 p.m. to stay up to date with the latest innovations in health. Terrebonne General provides healthcare breakthroughs in cardiology, cancer care, women's health, health and wellness, and much more. You don't want to miss our next To Your Health. See you then.
Sea Level Construction is a heavy civil contractor that provides turnkey services for the industrial and marine industries. From building large-scale infrastructure to installing the foundation for expansion projects, Sea Level and its family of companies offer a wide range of capabilities including driven piles, drilled deep foundations, structural fabrication, structural concrete, marine construction, barge maintenance and repair, site work development, heavy equipment repair services, and electrical services. Call Sea Level Construction to set the foundations for your next big project.
Here at South Louisiana Bank, we support our neighbors, the organizers, the helpers, the leaders, the dreamers. We support those that move our community forward. Louisiana has grown from the dedication, commitment, and loyalty of the people who call this beautiful place home. We are proud to offer our services to the communities in South Louisiana. South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together.
BCG Services, local experts for concrete leveling and foundation repair, providing quality solutions for a variety of foundation issues. With years of experience applying Floor Shield products to both homes and businesses, you can trust our team to provide high-quality results. Call for a free consultation.
Yes, sir. West Timberlea right here, boys. Early in the morning, fishing with my good buddy Jake Ritchie. About to jump in the water in a little while, but had to fish this cut first. It's gonna be a good day. Coming in hot. Oh, monster.
Keep On Casting is brought to you by Thibodaux Regional Medical Center. Bronco Industries, leading the field in industrial construction and fabrication. Real Outfitters, proud to be the first family-owned tackle store in Thibodaux, Louisiana.
No, I don't. Hey, bro, I'm gonna see if they like a little truck candy. Oh no! No. Dude, his whole head came out the water. I was like, whoa. What you got was what I needed. Not the aftermath. Wow. Yeah. Look at that. These shrimp are so soft. I can't keep them on the line. Top water, Dick?
Nah, plastic. I think I got 2.
What? Look at him, boy. Ooh. Look at him, boy. Now, he ain't playing. He ain't playing.
They hit it on the fall, Matt. I didn't even reel. When I'm fishing plastic bait, soft plastic jig bait, I use fluorocarbon. Top water, I use monofilament. I think this is 17 mono on the swivel for the double.
Yes. Oh, Lord, Jake. Oh, I ain't used to it. See me, daddy. Yeah, let's go. Ah. Back in the game. Uh-oh, he dancing. Yes, sir. He took it 5-6 times. He finally ate the bait. Switch to top water, watch. Oh, daddy. That's what I'm talking about right there. Oh, she is, boys. Line to line. Uniknot? Dom, I can't talk on a bike right now. I'm top water fish. Ain't much. Might be a little male. Old Maley. I lied. I like that boil. I'll take it. I will take it. Yeah! Yeah! Did you get that down?
Yeah.
It's good fish, boys. Just like I like it. Just like I like it. Atta boy. Let me switch with you. It's a good fish. Net, nice fish. Nice fish. Trout candy. I think it's Mickey's Custom Lures out of Texas. It's a Zara one knocker. He gets them blanks and then he paints them. I heard something. I done heard it, Cap. Coming in. He puts stainless steel, swivels, upgrades the hooks. This is another good fish. Mickey's, baby. Mickey's. Wow. Now, Dom, I'm gonna have you know, I got Mickey's on too. Here, net. Oh, Mickey's. Oh yeah, what you think I'm throwing? Nice fish. Gator trout. I don't even like what's about to happen here at all. It's giving me heartburn, but I'm throwing them in. That right here, Dom, let me tell you something. This is why you wake up at 3 in the morning and beat everybody out here. I don't think he was going anywhere, guys. But nothing like catching them on top with a fish. With a fish. All right, I'm not. Little surprise, a little sneaky.
Living in the South, we
all love our outdoor activities. Most skin cancers are caused by too much exposure to the sun. Also try to avoid direct sunlight between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Remember to wear protective clothing and cover your head. Using sunscreen with an SPF above 15 with reapplication every 3 to 4 hours can do wonders. You're smart, have fun, but be safe. Call Grafton Dermatology for a consultation.
It's not hooked very good.
Oh, they coming back. They coming back. Oh, come on, eat it. Eat it, son. Ah, he won't eat it. He won't.
This is a nice fish. Very nice fish.
Go ahead. Hate to do that to you, but.
All right. Oh. Ooh, might have to let this one go.
Let it go if you want.
You don't keep tags with you?
Yeah. That is a nice fish. That's 20 inches. We're gonna let this one go.
Wait, Jake. See.
I'm just putting some water on her. He's 20. Oh yeah. Almost 21. It's a beautiful fish. Oh, girl. Try to release anything over 20. I've been doing that for a few years now.
It's funny, just had a school come in. He's getting blasted, popped out the water. Mine as well. But I think we're gonna get in some action.
I mean, I think it's like age structure too.
Yeah.
Like basically like 1 year, you know, like
yes, Captain.
That was probably a 3 pound trout. That trout was probably 3-4 years old.
Right.
You know, that's your egg layer there, right?
And there's just no sense. And everybody knows these little fish taste better. Why not let them release thousands more eggs and hopefully it catches on? And people start taking pride in releasing bigger fish. Please don't be over 20. That's borderliner. If you ain't got the candy, you ain't fishing, Cap. Ooh! Notice he don't want to give up the front of that boat. That's smart. That's good angling right there.
I love fishing in the back. You can come in the front.
Oh, we doubled on the top. We doubled on the top. We doubling on the top, baby. That's just what it is. You got two at a time on the chrome. Bill's Custom Lures out of Chicago. And I just lost my fish. I ain't gonna talk about it. A fatty boy. Come here, daddy. Come on, little daddy. Yeah, no, You coming home with me. You coming home with me. I love you so much, but I'm not gonna set you free. Yeah. Hey. We two at a time in West Timberleer, top water morning.
Swing and a whiff.
And we both just had a swing and a miss. I just missed my one before him, and he put it in. But what I like is something's brewing. I like the way this ice chest is shaping up with some nice ones on top. Everybody's having a good time in the parish. Here's one tragic mistake. Oh, we double hooked. We double hooked.
There's a quality. There's a good fish.
All right. So, when Jake lands this fish, I'm gonna do something. It's a good fish.
Yeah, it's a good fish. Real good fish.
Land him, baby. Land him.
Barely hooked.
All right, Dom, so here's the deal. Right now, all we're seeing bait-wise is pogies, and people with a boat full of shrimp right now are still continuing probably to throw shrimp. You got to match these fish what they're feeding on. And when you see those pogies jumping, I'm not talking about flipping, jumping, pull out your topwater plug, and this is what happens. Whoa, right here. Good morning right here, boys.
You know Grafton Dermatology as one of Louisiana's premier skincare and skin cancer treatment centers. Grafton Dermatology will bring your beautiful body to its healthy fullest. Grafton Dermatology provides advanced treatment for all skin conditions, repairing, healing, enhancing. Grafton Dermatology, defining healthier skin and beautiful bodies for over 15 years.
Whether your game is on the field or in the backyard, Thibodaux Regional Sports Medicine Center will help keep you safe. Winning is your priority. Your safety is ours. With advanced concussion testing technology, certified athletic trainers, and sports medicine trained physicians and therapists, we bring our A game. Because you can win it only if you're in it. Play it safe with Thibodaux Regional Sports Medicine Center, official sports medicine provider of Nichols Athletics.
Little peanut. That's the size I'm actually looking for.
Yeah, a little bump.
Just a little bump.
You want to move up some more or what?
Nah, just hang tight for a second.
Huh?
Mm-mm. Let's see if they moved on to us. Wow. Catfish. Cat daddy. Very odd. It's probably barely hooked. But he feels nice. Didn't see that coming. This boat got me slipping and sliding. Too damn clean. Yeah. Shrimpy. Heel. Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see if they got another. Two. Another two a tree.
Dude, you can catch all in with a cane pole.
That's the type I like. I don't even know what that means.
So, some guy in Texas I was watching,
Del wrinkle stretcher upside down. Supposedly it swims better.
He got the species we looking for. They want the tsunami. Oh, great.
Good job with this one.
I don't think any fish likes to eat a rock. In any capacity. Oh, Lord. Giacomo Jake hooks up. Giacomo Jake. Giacomo Jake. What do you feel like? Trout daddy?
Trout. What's trout?
Trout daddies. Now we talking, boys. Just a little move.
Money. Money, dude.
That's money, dude.
You know Grafton Dermatology as one of Louisiana's premier skincare and skin cancer treatment centers. Grafton Dermatology will bring your beautiful body to its healthy fullest. Grafton Dermatology provides advanced treatment for all skin conditions, repairing, healing, enhancing. Grafton Dermatology, defining healthier skin and beautiful bodies for over 15 years.
Whether your game is on the field or in the backyard, Thibodeau Regional Sports Medicine Center will help keep you safe. Winning is your priority. Your safety is ours. With advanced concussion testing technology, certified athletic trainers, and sports medicine trained physicians and therapists, we bring our A game. Because you can win it only if you're in it. Play it safe with Thibodeau Regional Sports Medicine Center, official sports medicine provider of Nichols Athletics.
Difference between pre and
I'm talking about walleye.
yeah, you talking about
This
walleye.
nice fish.
Oh, that was a good. Yeah.
They are freaking.
Thanks, bro. Get that in, Coston. Baby burner. Big monster, baby.
Oh, that'll keep.
You gone.
Got a triple.
Where the pliers, head? We'll take Whitey. They on the shrimp head. We're gonna light them. Light them up.
You gonna be on this shrimp tonight? Like,
I'm boiling, no doubt, no doubt. I'm a professional boiler, some would say. Not everybody, but some. We'll eat that all day long, all day.
What's the origin of your recipe?
It's something I came up with years ago that I'm not willing to disclose, to be honest with you.
Is it back from the family in Paulina?
Yep, they're good.
When y'all used to boil those river shrimp?
Yeah. If you didn't have river shrimp, you never had one before. But I'm gonna tell you what, it ain't no joke. Yeah, where you going out that trail, buddy? Get you some of that. Woo! That's a trout working. I like that sound. That is a very, very good sounding.
Go in the back. It's probably a big bull red. I just like to take a picture. Dude, we gotta land this fish. That is a beautiful freaking redfish.
Cool, it's a big old boy. That is a pretty red.
He's getting tired.
Ready? That's a monster. Thanks, man. Wow. Thanks, Steven. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it's done, boy. They need to take them off. Yeah. He looked long, like stupid long. Trout?
No. Oh, Spaniard, dude.
Eat that cat.
Yeah. Really? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is.
Nice fish.
Come on. Bop him.
Where do you get him at?
Like 20 feet from the boat.
We set out today with one thing and one thing only on our mind: quality topwater speckled trout fishing. End of May, light north wind, headed out to West Timberleer Beach, and we did get on them. We got the opportunity to lay down some really good footage. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. And remember, until next time, keep on casting.
At Big Wheels Travel Center, the fun and excitement are just around the corner in Bayou Blue. Big Wheels is open 24 hours a day and features 24-hour security, clean restrooms, and a wide selection of beer, soft drinks, and chips for all your needs. While you're there, visit the casino for daily cash prizes and drink specials 7 days a week. You'll get the feeling as if you're in a lush Vegas-style casino. Big Wheels also has one of the largest subways in the area. So stop by Big Wheels Travel Center, where everyone's a winner.
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
It's the holidays. Get 3.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on turbo high-output engine Sierra light-duty models. See your local GMC dealer.
Structural heart disease refers to a defect in the heart's valves, walls, or chambers that keeps the heart from pumping blood properly. Valve or structural heart problems may be present at birth or develop over time. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, plaque buildup, history of heart attack, take certain medications, or have certain heart infections. The Structural Heart Program at CIS and Terrebonne General provides innovative solutions and devices with the latest technology to bring the best possible outcomes for patients. Learn more at cardio.com.
If your business needs serious hustle, our internet has plenty. Switch to Rev Business All-Fiber Internet with fiber optic velocity close to the speed of light. Sign up and get 3 months free and 30% off. Build your plan at letsrev.biz. Let's Rev! Whoever said you can't have it all, never had internet that could do it all. Switch to Rev. No contracts, no data caps, no nonsense. It's the high-speed internet you need. Build your plan at letsrev.com. Let's Rev!
I feel so overwhelmed. Being a mom, wife, employee, and now a teacher is exhausting. How do I keep my family safe from everything going on in the world?
Do any of these thoughts sound familiar to you? If so, you are not alone. The South Central Louisiana Human Services Authority offers support, counseling, and treatment geared at helping you where you are right now in the midst of this pandemic and your own personal crisis. the South Central Louisiana Human Services Authority, helping people, changing lives.
Ready, Dad?
All charged up.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright with a special offer on select Ford vehicles. Choose a vehicle in stock or simply place a custom order. Lock in your rate and you're protected, even if rates go up before your order comes in.
Thanks so much.
And that's how Ford is helping you
I'm proud of you, kid.
shine bright. Lock in 3.9 financing for 60 months and get $500 bonus cash when you custom order a 2023 F-150. Only at your Southern Quality Ford dealer.
All right, we are back. It's Good Vibes time. Debbie Cox-DeNova is in the house. She is our transformation coach. And we look forward to the topics. And I'm reading the topic as I got on the news desk. Ladies, tune in. Bringing out the best in men. So I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you. So you got the floor.
Yeah. So last week we talked about bringing out the best in women.
Right.
This week it's about bringing out the best in men. This topic, we could spend hours literally talking about this. There's so much here. And it's such an important topic because it's been a frustration. I mean, I coach people all the time, and this is the number one thing we talk about, is that difference between the way men communicate and women communicate. Last week we were talking about how important it is for a woman to experience safety and security in order to bring out her best self. It is the same for men. On a primal level, anything that is going to compromise safety and security is going to bring out agitation in human beings. Mm-hmm. But for men, it's very different than it is for women. So you guys need respect, and you need to feel like you're useful in life, and you need to feel like you are winning in order for your sense of safety and security to be in place. There are so many ways that women communicate to men that undermine these very important experiences of needing to be respected and have usefulness, and to feel like they're accomplishing something in life, that have him actually on a mental level start to associate the woman in his life, or females in his life, in a negative way that has her become sort of like the enemy. Like, in other words, I've got these goals I need to accomplish. I have to be useful in life, and this specific woman is actually an obstacle instead of a team and partner. So we know that women bond through oxytocin, right? And men do too, but primarily for women, it's oxytocin. So there's a flood of estrogen and oxytocin, for example, that happens when she has a baby, when she nurses the baby, when she has an orgasm. Like, there's this bonding hormone that happens, oxytocin, that makes her feel all warm and cuddly inside. But this is not the only way that human beings bond. In fact, there is a way that is more powerful than oxytocin, and it's vasopressin. Now, oxytocin is like the stress-free bonding, right? Nothing is happening, and cuddling, it's that cuddle hormone, right? But vasopressin is actually bonding through stress. And people in general, we actually bond well in this way, better than with oxytocin, but especially men. Men have more receptor sites for vasopressin than they do oxytocin. This is especially true if the man in your life has had a lot of trauma that may prevent him actually from bonding with someone in a snuggly way. So if you think way back, back to primal, right? Men would get together and they would have to hunt in order to survive and to feed their families and to protect, right? They didn't do that by snuggling. They didn't get into a little snuggle ball, right? Like they actually bonded with each other by setting traps, by having a game plan and building things together and overcoming obstacles and challenges. So this is the primary way. This is the magic formula when it comes to bonding with your man, to actually feeling like not only does he feel more bonded to you, but that opens the gateway for oxytocin bonding, which is what women actually want. So women actually need oxytocin to be up and estrogen to be up, to feel romantic feelings, to have an orgasm, all of those things. And so there's kind of like this place where men and women are not getting it right with each other, and so he's not getting the vasopressin bonding that he needs. She's not getting the oxytocin bonding, and what happens is, on a primal level, what they psychologically start to do is start to associate each other with someone who's not on their side, who's not on their team. So we know this.
The enemy.
The enemy, yeah. I mean, we know this if we own a company, right, we know that team building is a really important thing to get a cohesion amongst the people. And so think about this: if you're a woman and you feel either that you're not bonded with your man or that it's become boring, right? You kind of hit a place where you still love him, he still loves you, but there's some boring element there.
But y'all not chasing each other around the house.
Right, exactly. And the key to this is actually introducing a little bit of stress and actually bonding through stress and creating a vasopressin bond. Okay, so I mean, and this is so, like I said, primal that it predates the oxytocin. Men actually have a rush of vasopressin that happens when you guys get in a fight. You can actually punch each other in the face, and then after all of that is calmed down, there's a vasopressin surge that will actually increase the likelihood of you bonding with the person that you just fought with.
It used to happen in football.
Yes.
You'd have a fight with somebody you were competing with, and then you become best friends.
Exactly, and there's a level of respect there. Couples who have been through trials, a lot of fire together, and actually made it to the other side, will actually have a bond that is really tough to break, right? You think about these couples that they've just gone
been
through.
to war together.
They've been to war together, and if they make it on the other side, what happens is that their brain actually associates one another with, like, we are a team. Like, I can count on you in the fire. And then on the other side, it's very difficult to break them up. Whereas trials will either break you up or pull you together, right? If there's a failed vasopressin bonding that happens through the trials, that's where things fall apart. So if there's stress that's increased, and the thing that women need to really understand, and men need to understand, is that women actually bond better typically when it is stress-free. Right? So she associates stress with something very negative, whereas with men, it's like the bonding through stress is actually something that gets him more engaged. The vasopressin is associated with survival, and they've shown that it will actually increase the likelihood that he will want to bond with her in other ways that are more fulfilling for her.
Hold that thought. LaRue, back in the day, had a very good song called Keep the Fire Burning. If you listen to the lyrics, it's sort of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Keep the fire burning.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back. It's a great topic. I love it. And I know you women are watching and taking notes, right? So all the men are listening too. All right, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back.
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
It's the holidays. Get 3.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on turbo high-output engine Sierra light-duty models. See your local GMC dealer.
Terrebonne General Health System, where medical science meets the art of caring, is committed to providing the latest advances in medical technology with a gentle, caring touch. This is evident in our high-tech, high-touch approach to healthcare. As a trusted healthcare resource, we deliver both life-saving, compassionate inpatient services and life-changing preventive care, while also providing wellness needs and outreach throughout the Bayou region. To learn about how Terrebonne General is providing innovative healthcare solutions, visit tghealthsystem.com.
Hi, I'm Councilwoman Jessica Domingue, and today we're going to talk about school zone safety.
Drivers are required to yield to pedestrians in a crosswalk. Always stop when someone is in the road and wait for them to cross completely before proceeding. Follow the speed limit and always stop when school buses are picking up and dropping off students.
Keeping students safe is a community responsibility, so let's all do our part.
Structural heart disease refers to a defect in the heart's valves, walls, or chambers that keeps the heart from pumping blood properly. Valve or structural heart problems may be present at birth or develop over time. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, plaque buildup, history of heart attack, take certain medications, or have certain heart infections. The Structural Heart Program at CIS and Terrebonne General provides innovative solutions and devices with the latest technology to bring the best possible outcomes for patients. Learn more at cardio.com.
Surprise! It's a new Buick.
You got me a new Buick?
Oh, and there are more gifts inside.
You got me the head-up display.
Wow! It's a massaging seat.
Okay, what next?
Alexa, turn on holiday lights. This year, give the gift of technology in every Buick SUV.
It's the holidays. Get 3.99% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on these Buick SUV models. See your local Buick dealer.
Here in South Louisiana, we know how important it is to protect our families.
When one of our neighbors is injured because of someone else's neglect, our team is compelled to use our experience, skills, and knowledge to seek justice and hold wrongdoers accountable. If you've been injured and want to know your rights, call St. Martin and Bourke today.
All right, we are back with Debbie Cox DeNova. Good vibes time. We are talking about, look, bringing out the best in men. I told you during the break, a lot of people are taking notes. Well, let me add Tammy Wynette, I think it was Tammy Wynette, Stand By Your Man.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, I've seen couples that didn't always agree in the beginning, but when they got towards the end of their lives together or even in the middle, don't mess with the guy. That woman will jump in and tear you apart.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
There was an understanding somewhere along the way.
Yes, and also on a regular basis, the strongest couples actually go through vasopressin bonding, whether they label it that or not. Okay, so if it's boring, if you've reached a place where it's like I'm just bored with it, and we already know women need a seductive plot in order to get turned on, then you can literally just create a problem-solving adventure for the two of you to go on together. It could be as small as doing a puzzle together, a 100-piece puzzle, right, or anything that's a little bit of a challenge. Once you guys are solving problems together, that's why camping is a good one. So solving problems through camping, doing game night, couples game night, where you're on the same side. Whenever you are going through and actually solving problems together, vasopressin bonding happens. The thing about women is that we are taught, whether through culture or whatnot, we're taught not to express our needs and our desires directly. We go around, there's subtle things. We expect men to read our minds because in women's worlds, we kind of do read each other a lot. We're looking and, what's wrong with you? No, something's wrong, right? We'll do that with each other. So we kind of expect that from men as well, and this is the problem, is that men are not mind readers, and you're not built to read us the way that women are built to read us. So it creates a great deal of frustration in women, which causes them to act out in very subtle ways. Now, from a man's perspective, it's important to note, and this is a really good women, this is the very good news. Men actually are designed to want to make us happy, to serve, to protect, to provide for. If you're not creating a good space for that to happen, if you are undermining and undercutting all the vasopressin bonding because you are not stating your needs, he doesn't really know how to win the game, he's like, something's wrong with her, but I'm not really sure what it is, you're actually doing the opposite. So you're going back to creating an experience for him that in terms of his goals, his life goals, the things that he's trying to accomplish, you are actually an obstacle instead of somebody who is on his team. Really, really important to fix that if that's what's already going on, because that leads to contempt, which we already know erodes relationships and marriages.
Contempt is a killer.
It's a killer of relationships. It really is. So if you're feeling resentment on the inside, it's time to have a direct conversation about solutions. How can he come to the table to help things feel better? Now, coming to the table and talking about how you feel, and this is what women do, is like, I feel this and that, can be an irritant to men because feelings don't always match what's actually happening, right? So being able to list out what actually needs to change and shift in your world and to ask for his help is really, really powerful. But it's important to do that while allowing him the freedom to decide for himself what he's going to do. Because another thing that women do when they're feeling their needs are not met is to use control and manipulation tactics through language to get him to do exactly what she wants. And he can feel that. And the problem is with that doesn't inspire him to devote to you and want to serve you. It actually creates almost like this mother-teenager kind of experience where he wants to rebel and push against. He doesn't want to be controlled. It's just in a natural, again, he's designed to protect and provide and to lead. And you using control and manipulation tactics is kind of like you saying that you're taking on that role, but just in a covert way, but he can still feel it.
But in its own way, herein lies the problem. In the days of Leave It to Beaver, Ward came in, ran the household, and the mom, Miss Cleaver, said they took care of everything, and she was the prototype woman in those days.
Right.
Or stereotyped woman.
Yeah.
Things evolved.
Yes.
Women started working. Women started doing more of the money, financial things, this and that. So all of a sudden, the man's going, well, what the hell's my role?
Yeah. Yeah, and he feels not needed. And again, this goes back to it's actually primarily an attack on his manhood, his survival, and his safety. And so it becomes more important then if you know that, like we've kind of shifted roles a little bit. Not only that, but as we get older, women naturally go more into their masculine and men naturally go more into feminine. It's a natural thing. So if you're in the dating world at this age, it's important to understand that you're going to actually have to put more concerted effort into promoting your masculine side if you're a man and promoting your feminine side if you're a woman. Otherwise, there is a depolarization that happens that actually is an irritant on both sides of the thing. So women, rather than complaining, be very direct about what you need and what you desire, okay? And come to the table in the spirit of constructive feedback. This is true in the bedroom as well. Men love a goal in the bedroom, okay? It's a dopamine thing, right? And you want to make sure that you're vasopressin bonding, because otherwise you can dopamine bond in bed, and basically men will just associate you with being the solution to their sexual frustration. And that leads to booty calls in the dating world, right? That's not exactly what women want. So vasopressin bonding would be like you present the problem and then you guys solve the problem together and you can make it out on the other side. And that means that if in the bedroom something isn't happening that you don't like maybe he has set a goal for himself to give you 100 orgasms and you're like, I just want one, right? And this is actually exhausting for me. You need to be able to communicate that so that he can direct his goal setting properly for you to meet your needs and your desires.
And so that he can have good vibes.
So you can have good vibes.
Wow.
Yes. Both of you.
What a subject.
Yeah.
Am I blushing? No, you got me close, though. Yeah. Great topic. All right, there you have it. Another great topic. Debbie Cox DeNova, we appreciate it. Good vibes. We're going to have some more good topics as we go along. And we'll be back with more HTV programming after this.
Surprise! It's a new Buick.
You got me a new Buick?
Oh, and there are more gifts inside.
You got me the head-up display.
Wow! It's a massaging seat.
Okay, what next?
Alexa, turn on holiday lights.
This year, give the gift of technology in every Buick SUV.
It's the holidays. Get 3.99% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on these Buick SUV models. See your local Buick dealer.
If your child is suffering from recurrent croupy cough, bronchitis, reactive airway, or persistent asthma that's difficult to control, please listen carefully. Your child may be suffering from adenoid sinus bronchial asthma syndrome, as we now know that undetected or uncontrolled infection in the upper airway can affect the lower respiratory tract. If this is happening to your child, please call us for an evaluation.
Our Louisiana museums are as interesting as the people that make up our great state. In every corner, there's so much to discover and a community ready to welcome you. I'm Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser, inviting you to get out and know your state better by visiting one of our amazing museums. Discover over 200 museums, thousands of stories at louisianamuseums.com.
Domestic violence is daunting, and the psychological effects can do enduring damage. Obviously, all abuse needs to end. But how? The Terrebonne Parish District Attorney's Office is dedicated to ending domestic violence and helping those who have already experienced it. Our office supports many programs that educate and adjudicate abuse towards women. If you are a victim of abuse, call the Terrebonne Parish District Attorney's Office at 873-6500.
Welcome to the Cypress Stop, your new Phillips 66 on the corner of 311 and Savannah Road. We have all your breakfast, lunch, and dinner needs with smoked chicken, ribs, boudin, and daily plate lunches. We have a very large selection of liquors, wine, beer, tobacco, vapes, bait, and tackle. This year, we are carrying Christmas trees, flocked or fresh. These are the same trees that Dubois Nursery carried. Santa Claus is coming to town November 27th. Join us for pictures. Cypress Stop, home of the happy customer.
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
It's the holidays. Get 3.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on turbo high-output engine Sierra light-duty models. See your local GMC dealer.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Eat Right with Rouses. I'm your host, Keith Weissach. Thank you so much for joining us. And joining out the program, as always, our favorite dietitian, April Sens. Hi, April.
Hi, Keith.
Good to see you. Boy, yeah, fall is in the air. It's time to start thinking about Christmas. And it's time to start thinking about Christmas treats. Tell us what we're going to do today.
Yeah, definitely, Keith. We are talking about some Christmas treats that we can make at home. They're really fun for both adults and kids. And a lot of times we think of maybe more of like the sweeter items like cookies and candy and fudge and those types of things. And those are all somewhat, there might be a tradition at your house. And, you know, you definitely want to keep those traditions going. But I wanted to tell you about a couple of things that you can make with fruit that are fun as well. So that way you can kind of mix up. You can have some of the sweeter treats, and then you could have some of the fruit sweetened treats as well. And so that way it'll kind of give you a nice combination, nice rounded out combination of desserts at Christmas time. So one thing I wanted to show you today is a kiwi Christmas tree. Okay. Now, this is really super fun and easy to make, and really I'm just going to show you how I made it. But basically you need about 2 or 3 kiwis, and kiwis are pretty easy to slice. If you don't usually buy a kiwi, I just slice the ends off, and then I just run my knife around the edges and just to get that brown skin off, and then it has that beautiful green color inside. There's also some kiwis that have like more of like a yellowy kind of almost a neon color as well, which is really cool at Rouse's. So you can look for those. The other thing you're going to be using for this is going to be a yellow bell pepper or something yellow, which could also be a pineapple slice or something like that if you want. And basically, that's all you really need. There are some additional things that you could add to this, like some pomegranate arrows, or you can add some cranberries, something red. But this is really fun to make. So once you have your kiwi peeled, then you're just going to make some slices and just layer them until they get smaller and smaller to the top. And the bottom is actually a piece of kiwi with the skin on it to make that tree trunk. And then at the top, I made a star with the bell pepper. So that just makes such a fun treat, and just doesn't this make you just want to grab this and eat it right away? You know, so that's the fun of it, is you make it and then you eat it right away.
Right. You make the tree and you watch the tree disappear.
Exactly. So this would be fun, you know, put some fun holiday music on and just, you know, make this could be something that could be great for an after school snack as well, or for an activity to do during the Christmas holidays. Imagine if you made a few of these, Keith, and you had them all lined up. You could just have such a decorative table decoration.
Right.
And the other thing I'm going to make right here is going to be a melted snowman, okay? And so this is a really fun way to make this, because it doesn't have to be perfect. You can just kind of just go with the flow with this one, because a melted snowman is just going to melt, and he's just going to have all of his little, his eyes and his nose and his mouth on there. But what I'm going to be using is I grabbed, and you could get whichever flavor that you like, or you could use the big ones or the small ones, but I just grabbed these little rice cakes. I got the flavored one, just for that, just to add that nice sweet touch to it.
Okay.
I have a couple of banana slices on here, and then I have some chocolate chips, and I also have some raisins. And then I also we have these nice rainbow sprinkles at Rouse's that you can look for, and I just pulled out some orange ones to make sort of a carrot nose.
Okay.
For the snowman, not the reindeer.
Right, that's okay. I got you. Not reindeer food, but snowman nose.
Yes, exactly. So all I'm going to do is take one of my little rice cakes, and I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to take some yogurt. That's your other ingredient.
Okay.
And I just have some vanilla yogurt, and I'm going to top my little piece of banana with the vanilla yogurt to make it look like the snow melted. You can also freeze these if you want to have more of like a frozen treat, or if you wanted to have more of a frozen look to it. And then you just top it with your little eyes for your, I know, right? For your snowman eyes, and then your mouth with the raisins.
Okay.
And then you can grab one of your little orange pieces of sprinkles and put it on there, and then you just have the cutest little snowman. And the longer they sit, the more they melt, like actual little snowman would melt.
It's Olaf in the summer.
It's Olaf in the summer.
Summer.
I mean, if Olaf was in Louisiana, this is what
I know that's right. Olaf comes to Louisiana, and this is what happens. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, I love it. Yeah, and so again, between the kiwi and the yogurt with the banana, what a great treat, because you get some of those natural sugars, some of those natural flavors, especially with kiwi that's got such a wonderful flavor. It's my favorite fruit, oh, by the way. Love kiwi. Yeah. It really is. Yeah. And to make a tree out of it is just outstanding. And then to be able to melt Olaf here in Louisiana, South Louisiana Olaf, that's just fantastic.
It's a Louisiana Olaf, that's for sure. And I know I love kiwi too. It has a nice little crunch with the seeds in it.
Right.
Very kid-friendly fruit as well. And I just want to remind everybody too, if you go follow Rouse's Markets Facebook page, you can find out about things that we have going on this holiday season as well, both in store and online. And that way you can stay on top of all the fun events that we have planned.
We love it so much. Awesome. April, thanks so very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Have a great holiday season.
Thank you so much. Talk soon. And that will do it for this particular edition of Eat Right with Rouse's. Don't go anywhere. A whole lot more local programming here on HTV.
Whether it's your home or your business, BioPure specializes in disinfection application, along with water, fire, mold damage cleanup. Call BioPure today to get your free consultation at 985-322-3003.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
It's the holidays. Get 3.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on turbo high-output engine Sierra light-duty models. See your local GMC dealer.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Alford, your host for To Your Health with Terrebonne General Health System. Our weekly show provides the latest in healthcare specialties only offered by Terrebonne General. Join us each Wednesday at 7 p.m. to stay up to date with the latest innovations in health. Terrebonne General provides healthcare breakthroughs in cardiology, cancer care, women's health, health and wellness, and much more. You don't want to miss our next To Your Health. See you then.
Sea Level Construction is a heavy civil contractor that provides turnkey services for the industrial and marine industries. From building large-scale infrastructure to installing the foundation for expansion projects, Sea Level and its family of companies offer a wide range of capabilities including driven piles, drill deep foundations, structural fabrication, structural concrete, marine construction, barge maintenance and repair, site work development, heavy equipment repair services, and electrical services. Call Sea Level Construction to set the foundations for your next big project.
Here at South Louisiana Bank, we support our neighbors, the organizers, the helpers, the leaders, the dreamers. We support those that move our community forward. Louisiana has grown from the dedication, commitment, and loyalty of the people who call this beautiful place home. We are proud to offer our services to the communities in South Louisiana. South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together.
BCG Services, local experts for concrete leveling and foundation repair, providing quality solutions for a variety of foundation issues. With years of experience applying Floor Shield products to both homes and businesses, you can trust our team to provide high quality.
Good evening and welcome to our show, Going Public. I'm Renee Fonseca, and joining us tonight is Mr. Bubba Ogeron, the superintendent for the Terrebonne Parish School District. The district recently received the district and school performance scores. Tonight we are going to discuss exactly what those scores represent.
Okay.
I want to thank you for joining us tonight. I know school performance scores were released recently.
Mm-hmm.
Last year we had many disruptions such as Hurricane Ida, a little bit of COVID going on. So how did the Terrebonne Parish School District perform last year in regards to the scores?
Okay. Well, we performed really well considering a lot of the hardships, you know. So many things, when you get school scores, it's a reflection of how you performed. And when I reflect, you think about the hardships, the platooning, the abbreviated schedules. You know, we had less minutes that we taught. We had other things that are the intangibles of the stresses and the psychological effects of a storm. You know, many people lost their homes, from kids to teachers. And with all of that, our scores broke even. We basically remained the same as we were the year before. Matter of fact, we declined right at about a few tenths of a point. So with all of that, our teachers still were able to successfully, you know, give instruction, and kids were successful as a result of the hard work and flexibility. We did really well. And so hats off to teachers for doing such a fine job. You know, that's just tremendous in the circumstances they were faced with.
What was our number and our letter grade?
Yeah, so we're a letter grade of a B. So in Louisiana, it's an A to F scale. So we're a B, above average. 83.5 is our number. And we're in the top 20 school districts out of 70. And one of the remarkable things that I think this year in particular, historically we've had several schools that were labeled D, which is obviously below average. You know, that's, you know, just like a letter grade in school. This year, we have all of our schools that are scoring A, B, or C level. We have no schools at the D or F level. So going back to the first, you know, part of the question, despite all the, you know, barriers of Hurricane Ida, all our schools are C or better. So that's wonderful. That's really, really good. And I was sharing earlier, out of the 70 school districts in Louisiana, we're one of about 20 that have no D or F schools. So that's quite an accomplishment for you know, all of our schools, you know, to perform in a tough year like we had.
Yes, definitely an accomplishment.
Right.
Props off to your
doubt.
teachers.
No doubt.
I know schools basically get two scores. One is the actual school performance score, and the other is the progress score. What's the difference between the SPS and the progress score?
Okay, so the SPS, which stands for School Performance Score, it's comprised of several things. The main two things, though, are the actual LEAP score, and the other part is the progress score. You combine those two, you get basically a school performance score. In high school, there are other factors, but for the most part, that's kind of what we look at. And the LEAP scores roughly are about 70% of the school's score. That's like the one test, the one snapshot of learning is 70% of a score. The other 30% is roughly 30% is the progress side. So progress is relatively new, but what it does, it determines if a kid is on track to being a mastery student. So mastery is like the B level. Advanced is like equates to an A. Mastery equates to a B. So the goal of the state is every kid mastery or above. So this progress is an indicator if kids are on track to being mastery. So that's the first thing. And if they're not quite on track, then what it does is, it gets a little complicated. What it does, it compares kids of similar demographics throughout the state, and they rank them. And that ranking generates a score. It's a little complicated, but that gives you a progress score. You get those two pieces. If I'm on track to mastery, yes or no. If not, how do I compare with kids of similar background as me? And that generates a score for us, the progress side. And we're very proud of our schools. Out of our 30 schools that generate a school performance score, 22 of them have an A in progress, which means they're on track to mastery or they're outperforming kids of similar backgrounds. So we're proud of our schools. That's a big, big accomplishment. And since that is such a big part of their school performance score, that progress side, we're doing really well because we perform, well considering other kids throughout Louisiana.
When we look at those numbers, when do you start setting goals for next school year or for the current school year, and what types of goals do you set?
Okay, that's a good question. Well, we were actually having a meeting today looking at some things on the high school level because high school has other factors in their score. So there's the testing scores, testing side of the score, but high school factors in ACT. That's another component. And they also have like graduation rate and what's called strength of diploma. So there are other categories. So we're kind of talking about how do we start setting goals, in those other areas outside of testing, because testing is always a goal from the beginning. Teachers set goals, as they're called student learning targets based on the testing. So we do that early in the year, but there are other factors that we got to kind of look at outside of that. So as far as goal setting, that's done in the summer for the upcoming year. As soon as we get results, we're setting goals for next year. But it takes a while to know your school score. You get that like midway through the next year, so it's a little hard to make goals. So we set a lot of our goals based on the raw data that we get in the spring or kind of early summer. So that's done very early, and that's where we move forward from the beginning of school.
It sounds like it's constant planning.
It is, most definitely. And you're going to have some principles of the year come up for the next segment. And the reason they are principles of the year is because they do a tremendous job of goal setting. Matter of fact, all of our schools do a great job of that, and the success is often a result of good planning and goal setting, no doubt.
And speaking of the schools, are there any recognitions our district or schools have received with the release of scores?
Yeah. So one of a new category of recognition is it's called the Comeback Campus. So I think there's like 1,300 schools or so, give or take, a few in Louisiana, 1,300 schools, and there were 40 out of the 1,340 schools that were labeled Comeback Campuses, and we had one. Village East Elementary was labeled a Comeback Campus. And what that means is they had a larger percentage of kids scoring mastery and above. There was like a growth on that side, kids scoring at those two high levels, compared to kids who were in the unsat and approaching basic level. So the percentage flipped for those schools. And matter of fact, they had a year, they grew 9.5 points. And that's kind of, it's not unheard of, but it's extremely difficult to grow that much. And they were a C school, so it's not like they're growing from the bottom. They were growing from an average, so they went from a borderline C school to like a very solid C school. So they had really great progress, along with so many of our other schools. Matter of fact, again, a couple of the principals in here that are going to be speaking later, they had tremendous growth as well. One school, in Grand Caillou Elementary, and we talked about them. We made a big decision on Grand Caillou Elementary last night. They grew tremendous, 8.5 points. So across the board, we had really good results. But that was one, a comeback campus, and it's a new recognition. Matter of fact, it's so new that the state superintendent is going to be coming down to actually visit and just see some of the good work that's happening in that school in particular. We also have, there are other labels that the school gives us that are very prestigious, and one of them is a top gains school. And a top gains means this, it's you get an A in progress, and I said we had 22 schools that got that, but it also adds into that there are no labels, meaning that none of the subgroups, it gets a little complicated, but there are no subgroup labels, meaning there are no schools that have students with disabilities or other subgroups that perform low. They all perform very well. So it's a lengthy list, but top gains, I can just give them to you. Acadian Elementary, Bayou Black, Berg, H.L. Bourgeois, Broadmoor, Coteau Bayou Blue, Dularge, Gibson, Honduras, Legion Park, Lisa Park, Montague Middle, Mulberry, Shriever Elementary, South Terrebonne High School, Southdown, Terrebonne High, and Upper Little Caillou. Those schools were called top gains because they did really well with the progress and they had no subgroup labels. So that's some of the honors we had. There's one more category that's worth mentioning. There's so many things we could look at data-wise, but we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we had 9 schools move up a letter grade. They went from B's to A's, and most of them went from C's to B's. We have several of them. 8 schools that were C's that were now B schools. So that's, and Honduras was a D. It was only one D left, and we knew they were making such great progress, and they did it in just a great fashion. They grew like I think 12 points. Yeah, they grew. Actually, I'm wrong. 13.4 points. So they had a great breakout year to get to that C level, and so we're very proud of them and all of our schools for the work they did under great duress, so to speak.
Well, it sounds like we definitely have some improvement going on
next
year,
yes.
Working towards that A letter grade.
It's achievable. It's doable. It's possible. We believe that.
Yes, absolutely. I want to thank you for joining us tonight. It looks like our time is up.
All right.
I would like to thank you, our viewers, for watching. Don't forget to join us every Tuesday on Going Public. Good night.
Terrebonne Parish School District is now hiring bus drivers. A valid CDL is required. If you don't have a CDL, we will train you. You must be able to pass a medical health exam and a drug test. Salary range is $19,253 to $29,859. Benefits include free health insurance and retirement. Contact the TPSB Transportation Office at 985-876-7400.
2023 Honda CR-V, a new rugged design, longer, wider, with a significantly broader stance, spacious interior with more premium high-tech features, more second-row legroom comfort, plus larger rear cargo space with power tailgate. Hurry in and see the all-new, larger 2023 CR-V now in stock at Barker Honda, your local President's Elite Award-winning dealer.
Structural heart disease refers to a defect in the heart's valves, walls, or chambers that keeps the heart from pumping blood properly. Valve or structural heart problems may be present at birth or develop over time. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, plaque buildup, history of heart attack, take certain medications, or have certain heart infections. The Structural Heart Program at CIS and Terrebonne General provides innovative solutions and devices with the latest technology to bring the best possible outcomes for patients. Learn more at cardio.com.
Some of my extracurricular activities here at Vanderbilt include National Honor Society. I'm an executive board member of our student government. I'm a part of the campus ministry, along with the cross-country soccer and indoor and outdoor track teams. In my free time, I really enjoy hanging out with my friends, and I'm also a part of Young Life Homa.
Terrebonne Parish School District is seeking individuals for the following maintenance positions: licensed plumber, electrician, carpenter, HVAC techs with chiller experience, HVAC techs with general experience. These positions have great work environment, excellent benefits, retirement, and insurance. Apply online at tpsd.org. Terrebonne Parish School District, a great place to work.
Good evening and welcome to our show, Going Public. I'm Renee Fonseca, and joining us tonight are Amanda Callahan, Jason Corbin, and Blaze Pellegrin, the Terrebonne Parish Elementary, Middle, and High School 2024 Principals of the Year. I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight and congratulate you on earning Principal of the Year.
Thank you.
Definitely a big honor.
Yes.
First off, I'm going to go ahead with Ms. Callahan. You are the principal at Grand Caillou Elementary and the Terrebonne Parish Elementary Principal of the Year. How has earning this title of Principal of the Year impact your school and community?
So the past 3 years for anyone in education has been trying and different, and we've had to adjust a lot, especially for my campus, Grand Caillou Elementary, last year with Hurricane Ida completely losing our school. And any probably principal or staff in that school could have had a very easy excuse to say that the kids didn't grow. But last year was one of the highest years of growth that Grand Caillou Elementary has had. Even with Hurricane Ida destroying our school and then being divided between 2 locations and then moving again into another building, we grew kids tremendously. We are first in the parish for growth, that progress index, and our math scores were top 3 in the district. So it's a huge testament to the community that the parents, despite that kids were still in tents, in trailers and commuting from far places, that they still valued the education of their kids. And the same for my staff, that regardless of that their homes were destroyed, many of them, they still came to work every day with a smile on their face and put forth their best effort. And it was a huge recognition and joy when we found out, what the scores were.
Yeah, definitely some improvement. How much did you say that y'all grew?
We grew overall 8 points, but math in 3rd grade we grew 15 points, pushing us up to 3rd in the district.
Wow.
So that was huge. And our 3rd graders actually started the year after the storm at Dularge Elementary, and they were all 60 of them in one classroom sharing with 4 teachers. And that was tough, going into that room with that. But those teachers really blew it out the water. The kids after the storm were so well behaved and just wanted to learn and be at school. So it was beautiful last year, and then getting those scores was the icing on the cake, and then now this recognition really is just super positive for my school.
It sounds like you guys are moving in the right direction.
Yes.
So what led you into your leadership role?
So as a teacher, I knew that I always wanted to be a teacher. I grew up in a foster care home where there were 4 boys and 4 girls all of the time. So that led me into having lots of students to teach. And I never really, in the beginning, teaching, thought that I would be a principal or a leader. It didn't cross my mind. But I had principals and mentors who kept pushing me, and they were like, you're a great teacher. We need to see you in leadership. So a master teacher that was at the school that I was teaching at gave me an application. The district at that time was paying for teachers to go and get their master's degree. So the district, Terrebonne Parish, did a grant, and I was accepted to get my leadership degree. And then once I got my degree, I was offered a position right away, and I have loved it ever since, being in leadership.
And how long have you been in education?
18 years.
18 years.
18 years.
Well, good. Also joining us tonight, we have Mr. Jason Corbin, the Terrebonne Parish Middle School Principal of the Year from Homa Junior High. Thank you for coming tonight. What do you consider some of the strengths of Homa Junior High?
We're very proud of the school. We think I have a lot of attributes that helps move in a good direction, but two primary ones come to mind. The first is pretty obvious, just the quality of the people on the campus. The teachers are phenomenal. They did an exceptional job last year. They have been doing it for quite some time now. They push the kids, they push each other, they push themselves, they push me. They really want what's best for the kids and do it with a sense of compassion, and it really just helps stabilize the campus. The custodial staff does a great job keeping the school functioning properly, especially after last year. That's something that was very important. The guidance department's very proactive. They look to handle any kind of student needs as best they see fit, and do a great job with that. The front office staff is a very welcoming group of people. Just all together, just the people on staff is just a strength that's really going to help us. It has helped us continue to do so. And I'd say the other primary impact that we have, the other strength that we have on our campus is just the kids and the feeder schools that send the kids to us. They do a great job of preparing those kids academically and socially to come to us, and the parents. You know, the communities we serve, they're very resilient, very tough group of people. They had high expectations of school despite everything that's happened. I'm sure the colleagues would agree with me. I mean, this area as a whole did a phenomenal job, and it's just those two entities working together, I think, are really going to help propel the school down the line.
And going forward, what are some of the goals for the school?
Lots of goals out there. Obviously, Mr. Argeron mentioned SPS, and that's the primary one. You set goals towards achieving a score that the state formulates with various components. You have the SPS goals. You have the components that work towards the SPS goals for that, individual teacher goals, individual student goals, goals for discipline and so forth. But the primary goal that we have that I think has the impact over all those goals is quite simple. We just want people on the campus to feel like they belong there. We want the teachers to feel like this is the best place for them to utilize their talents and their skill set to help the kids out, and want the kids to understand that this is a great place for them to be to help prepare them for high school and beyond. And at times we were able to achieve that. You know, there are days where that happens and you can really see it on the campus. And once that becomes the established mindset, I think the sky's the limit.
And how long have you been in education, and what led you to that?
25 years, and it's just something I've always wanted to do. Enjoyed school when I was a kid. Saw my high school principal. He seemed like he was a happy guy, and just got into coaching, got into teaching, and eventually, and I always had an interest in going into administration, and followed suit, and here I am. I don't regret a day of it. I enjoy it.
Good. We need more.
Yep, a few more. Thank you.
I also have with us tonight Blaze Pellegrin, the Terrebonne Parish High School Principal of the Year from Ellender Memorial High School. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Welcome.
How many years have you been in education, and what led you to go into that field?
This is my 28th year in education, 17 years in the classroom, 2 years as an assistant principal, and this is my 9th year as a principal. I've made my tour of the parish as a teacher and an educator. I've been through all the high schools. So I started off at H.L. Bourgeois, and then also went to South Terrebonne, as I said, Terrebonne, and now Ellender. Actually, this is my second time at Ellender as principal. So to get involved in education, I had a great high school experience. I think that's most of what you'll find when you talk to teachers or people who go into education. They had that great high school experience, and they wanted to be able to give back that same experience to another generation of kids.
And what are you most proud of when you think of the accomplishments you're being recognized from last school year? Yeah,
last school year I was at South Terrebonne High School, so I do have to brag on them a little bit, and then I'll also brag a little bit on Ellender as well. We were platooning at H.L. Bourgeois. We had the night shift is what we called it. We were going in the evenings, and instead of 51-minute classes, we had 36-minute classes. Our faculty, our students, our staff, it was very trying on them, but our results show that South Terrebonne didn't need a building. They were still a very strong school. We ended up with the highest SPS in Terrebonne Parish, in fact, because of that. They continued to put their dedication into it, and like I said, they persevered. I can say the same thing for Ellender. There were some areas at Ellender also with the same situation, showed some growth, and our students and community just didn't give up and continued to just push forward and have a successful school year.
And how is your school adjusting this year? I know you're still in, modular buildings. You're not in your building, but you're there on your campus.
Yeah, being back on campus has made all the difference in the world. Our students and our parents, especially when we opened it to them to first come and view it, it was a huge turnout. Everybody wanted to be back on Patriot Drive, just like I know everybody wanted to be back in Berg for South Terrebonne. And we saw a lot of people want to come to see the campus, and our students have gone back to school as usual. Our teachers really enjoy the new classrooms. We've got a lot of great technology in there. It's a good facility. We're waiting to start to see some progress on the main buildings because that's everybody's big question. But school is back to normal and our normal times, and our kids are really working hard, and our faculty's really working hard.
It sounds like it. What are some of your goals for Ellender Memorial?
At Ellender, we're trying to, our big push this year is really with ACT and our work keys testing. Our students are going to go through a couple of different programs. One of them is called a boot camp, to where we're going to get them to actually have a day of school where they're going to spend with some consultants who are going to break down the test for them, give them some test-taking skills, and really drill down so that they can help to push those scores up. We know that the ACT can make a difference in a child's life, so we really are putting that focus. Also, we've got our teachers during the regular class day working with our students, especially our juniors and seniors, to try to get those skills and strategies so that they can be successful.
Definitely a lot going on with the ACT boot camps and working on that SPS score.
Yes.
We're going to see some improvement next year.
That's it. You're going to see that score jump.
We're going to see it going up. What are some of the things that you are most proud of about your schools? I'm going to come back to Ms. Callahan first, and then we'll go down the line.
One of the things I'm always very proud of is just day-to-day walking into my building. If you visit and visitors visit, it's such a happy place. You know, one of my biggest goals is in elementary, you want them to love school and enjoy coming to school, because if they don't, then they're not learning. So you walk into my campus, it's a family. You know, the teachers are family, the kids give hugs, it's smiling, it's bright. It's a happy place to be. And that's what leads to the growth, is that they want to be there.
I did walk onto your campus a couple of weeks ago, and everyone was very welcoming. From the students to your staff, everyone was like, "Hi, how can I help you?" You know, everyone was very friendly.
Yeah.
Also, Mr. Corbin, what do you think are you most proud of about your school?
Thank you for asking that. We had, as I mentioned, one of the goals is trying to get kids to feel like they belong on the campus, to value their position on that campus, and to know that they're valued by the staff and so forth. And part of that is getting kids involved in extracurricular activities. Right now, we have between 65 to 70% of our kids involved in either band or clubs, obviously athletics and so forth, and that kind of generates a little bit more pride in the campus, and I think that's the community. It's a good community relationship builder and so forth, so we're very proud of that aspect.
And then Blaze, what are you very proud of about Ellender?
We've got a recurring theme called Stronger Together, and it started last year when we experienced the storm, and it's continued this year. We've really got a mindset to where our faculty pulls together and helps one another, and our students know that they're going to be supported by everybody that's on our campus.
I'm very proud of everything.
Yes.
I want to thank you all for joining us tonight again, and congratulations once again. I would like to thank you, our viewers, for watching. Don't forget to join us every Tuesday on Going Public. Good night.
Pelican Waste and Debris is your local company. We don't just work here, we live here and understand the unique challenges that face our region. Our commitment to our community and customers and love for Louisiana keeps us motivated. Pelican meets every residential and commercial service need, offering roll-off, front-load, and compactor services, ideal for hotels, restaurants, apartments, construction or industrial sites, and much more. We also make recycling simple and cost-efficient, offering single-stream recycling program options. We have set the highest standards for environmental protection, community engagement, and guaranteed client satisfaction. Visit pelicanwaste.net or call us at 985-873-9553 to save money with hassle-free service. Our team has over 100 years of experience, so we know how to make you happy. The sky is the limit, so fly with the Pelican.
Here at South Louisiana Bank, we support our neighbors, the organizers, the helpers, the leaders, the dreamers. We support those that move our community forward. Louisiana has grown from the dedication, commitment, and loyalty of the people who call this beautiful place home. We are proud to offer our services to the communities in South Louisiana. South Louisiana Bank, It's better when we bank together.
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
It's the holidays. Get 3.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on turbo high output engine Sierra light duty models. See your local GMC dealer.
Here in South Louisiana, we know how important it is to protect our families.
When one of our neighbors is injured because of someone else's neglect, our team is compelled to use our experience, skills, and knowledge to seek justice and hold wrongdoers accountable. If you've been injured and want to know your rights, call St. Martin and Bourke today.
It's Tita time.
Living in Terrebonne, living in Terrebonne. You sure won't want to miss it, and I'll bet that you'll revisit living in Terrebonne.
Local Terrebonne Parish Economic News.
Hello and welcome to Tita Time. Always very excited to come and share with you all of the updates going on through and with Tita. The best way to do that is with Cohen Guidry, or should I say Cohen B. Guidry, the man, the CEO of Terrebonne Economic Development.
You would be correct, Keith. Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
Right. You know, if I'm going to say Keith M. Whiteside, I got to be able to say Cohen B. Guidry. And so one of those things that you and I talked about this years ago, you hear of Tita, but you don't always know what Tita does, and maybe this is the best time for us to really share with everyone not only all the things that Tita does, but the value that Tita brings to our community, especially as we kind of do this look at a year in review for programs.
You are absolutely correct. Even myself, I wasn't exactly sure what Tita was before I became part of the organization. And I think it's really